Brett Perigo, tonight's second place finisher. Plenty of fans here, Brett, and a solid second place finish.
Yeah, I got to shout out the Turn 2 Terribles over there. They're all a bunch of good guys to hang out with, talk to. I really like them.
How are you doing tonight, man?
Hey, I'm talking here. You know who you're talking to? Macho Man! I'm on my way to Monday Night Raw.
To the second one.
Your choice.
It's a trap.
I feel like it is. I feel like he's setting up fights in the front stretch is what he's trying to do.
Speedway. We've got Devin Board with us.
At Keen Motorsports Shop here with Kyle Keen.
Sitting here with Sean Keen. We're going to talk a little bit about racing history.
Yep.
Monday, September 22nd, 2025. What's going on? I am Jimmy here with Chris and Jay-Z. We are the Turn 2 Terribles. Thank you all so much for tuning in on this lovely Monday evening. We got a great show planned for you. We're going to go over the weekend that was. We had a great race at Williams Grove on Friday night. We had a great show at BAPS on Saturday. Four Crown, a lot of Four Crown stuff. And then we're also going to bring on James Chianos with Beerhill Gang. We're going to talk about the National Open Chili Cookoff, everything that you guys need to know about that awesome event as we gear up and inch towards National Open weekend, which is going to be a huge weekend. It's not only just for us, but just here in Central PA in general. So we are amped up for that. We'll take a look at the week ahead as we got High Limit coming in this week, Bridgeport and Pat Valley, and everything else. Again, thank you all so much for tuning in live tonight. I see you guys, James, Santos, Matt, Randy, Ryan Smith. What's going on? Go Birds, dickhead. Marie, Jeff, Mandy, Daniel. What's going on, everybody? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, you tune in live. Make sure you put it in the chat. You know, put your opinions, your questions, all that in the chat. Helps make the conversation better. For us, for you, hope we like talking to all you guys. We want to know what you all think. And if you're listening later on the audio version of the podcast on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, we appreciate you guys very, very much. Very, 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 very much. So, Dave Scott Smeltzer, what's going on, man? Chris, Jay-Z, how are you guys doing tonight? How was your weekend?
Dude, I'm trying really hard not to be a Patriot and fumble everything tonight. So, imagine fumbling so much that the Steelers win. What a sad time.
That's what it takes, man. How fallen from grace the Patriots have come.
Dude, how do you so like you fall in the end zone, right? But you don't take the ball, it doesn't count. That's crazy, right? Must be sad being a Titans fan, right, Jeremy?
Not a football podcast.
I'm just mad.
He just wishes he still had Mac Jones.
You just need to lower the bar like the rest of us humans.
I'm just
and
gonna
you
watch
won't complain.
NFL films and live the glory days like every Cowboys fan out there.
Yeah, you're basically what you're gonna be like for a while. All right, guys, let's get right into it. James will join us a little bit later after probably around 8:30 or so. That's not what I want to do. There we go. We're gonna start with Friday night at Williams Grove, where this was a banger of a feature. This was probably the feature of the year at Williams Grove, where you got Freddie Raymer getting the win over Lance DeWeese and Darren Pittman. Troy Wagaman, Cody Hartlaw, Brock Searfoss, Cam Smith, Danny Dietrich, Justin Whittle, and Tyler Ross, your top 10. Your quick time overall was Darren Pittman in that 69K. Starting to get some laps here. The next couple weeks, I would imagine, leading up to National Open in that 69K. Your hard charger was Logan Rumsey, 17th to 12th, +5. And then your heat race winners were TJ Stutz, Cody Hartlaub, and Troy Wagaman Jr. This was a fun race. Cody Hartlaub starts on the pole. Freddie ends up getting him after a redo. You had Troy right there, and Troy and Freddie basically right there on his tail tank. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Lance DeWeese came in, and from about, I think at one lap, the lap before he got to Troy's tail tank, who was running third, if I'm remembering this right, he was like 2.5 seconds back, and all of a sudden, he was right there. Pretty crazy. It was a fantastic feature from beginning to end. And Freddie had some words a little bit for Cody and about Cody in Victory Lane. Wasn't too happy with some of the racing, I guess. But from a fan's perspective, we loved it. I don't know what you guys saw from this feature.
Exactly that. I mean, you had Cody and Freddie take off, doing their deal. Troy, we know the points battle with Troy and Freddie, but Lance looked vintage. I know, Jimmy, you want to say it. Follow time always wins, but not on Friday. And he was the faster car. He did everything possible to pass Freddie, given the respect that Lance drives with, right? And Freddie's going to do his job, and he did it perfectly. And it was a great surface. It was a great race. I enjoyed watching it on Dirt Vision. That's all I can say. I get everything Cody did, and if Freddie's mad, whatever. I'm sorry, but Freddie, you're not innocent, right? It's the same. That's modern day 410 sprint car racing. Like you have to defend, you have to attack, and that's Freddie did it great. Cody did a great job for a long time.
Yeah, he led a lot of this in the beginning, and apparently with no brakes. So he did a hell of a job holding everybody off and leading as much as he did. Basically lost light. I think he lost brakes on lap 2. Something like that.
That's what we heard. Yes.
Yeah, I finally watched the highlights of this today. Williams Grove did this weird where they posted the highlights, and the 358 A main was first, and then you had to stay, and then you got to see the 410 A main on the same highlight thing. I thought they were going to be separate highlights, and I didn't stay long enough after I saw Norris take the checker flag for the 358 race. So I finally saw it today, and I don't understand. I still haven't seen the whole interview either, but I don't understand the comments. Like what I saw, I would have thought based on the comments that people were, quoting and posting that like they almost wrecked a couple times, that like, one of those vintage, like come off turn 4 and run a guy down the racetrack, can't hold a line, was all over the place. I thought I would have seen something like egregious. And I'm like, he passed him and he was gone. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah,
to be honest.
When he said it, I was surprised. I'm like, I didn't see anything.
That was out of nowhere.
At least from a fan's perspective, I didn't see anything that was like crazy where I would thought Freddie would have been mad in the first place. It kind of
like
I'm not even
like
saying Freddie's mad.
What's that?
I don't even think Freddie was like mad. He just like threw it out there, like.
Yeah, but to throw shade at somebody, like when you just won the race and you passed them cleanly and you didn't almost get wrecked by them, like maybe, unless I didn't see every other lap of the race, but like where they were close together, because he didn't pass Cody until 5 to go or something. Like it was at the end of the race, and the highlights were kind of like Cody was out and gone. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's a weird. The whole thing's weird, and then from all what we heard after in the pits is even weirder. That like. Want to have a conversation, basically told to fuck off. So It's a weird. I don't know.
It could feel
It's
like
weird,
it
but
feels like it's like a weird boiling point type of thing where maybe this is not just from tonight or from that night. It's from
sure,
maybe just from racing each other hard all season long, and you get to a point.
yeah, could be
But I
for sure.
do agree with Jeremy. I didn't see anything watching it live that Cody did anything egregious to Freddie. Nothing more than what Freddie did to Troy, defending for second or third, whatever it was. Entry into 3 a few times. He chopped them, but that's again how you have to race these. It is modern day. I don't know. It was weird. I love seeing Lance get up there and
Yeah,
be wing to wing. That was cool.
yeah,
And well, the Lance thing too, coming into this, it had that vibe of lap cars giveth and lap cars taketh away a little bit, which is fine with me. Like, I'm not gonna. The lap cars are racing; they're doing their thing, but the only reason that was a race was because of the dirty air and the slower lap times from the leader. It's almost like that. Remember that you ever heard the old rule where leader runs the top, right? It's the slow lane, or the leader runs the bottom. It's the slow lane. Like, you get the lead, you got to go to the slow lane so we can make this a race. It's like leader got to lap cars, we got to race again. So like, and surface or dirty air. Williams Grove needs both. Need a surface you can race 2 lines on, and we got to have dirty air lap cars. That's it. That's the way Williams Grove. That's what.
that's
It's a
how
big
that's
half
And
always
mile.
been.
It's
Yeah,
open. They get spread out. We need them to come back together. And what you saw there, to me, was a product of dirty air. Right? Those leaders got slowed up enough that it brought everybody else to them.
I to piggyback off that a little bit, like Williams Grove, they get the shit for shit surface, shit racing, whatever. It's a technical track. The more technical that track gets surface wise, the better the racing is. 1 and 2 versus 3 and 4, it's no different than, let's say, Darlington, where circumstances somehow dictate that race. If they're hammered down through both ends, it's gonna be a shit race, just like any other half mile. But you get that surface technical, like we kind of did a little bit on Friday,
yeah.
and then you add in the dirty air. Then you add in who the players were. I mean, you saw Danny come from what, mid-teens to something.
Well, he was started 12th, finished 8th.
Um, but you're looking at Freddie, is dominant, and it's crazy, which is his first win this year there.
Yeah,
But like the surface itself lends you, those mistakes could be made, and you saw Freddie do it. He got, I think, almost 90 degrees off turn 4 down the front stretch. He hit the slick, got in the gas, and that car just jacked left at one point, and that really helped Lance, who was smooth and things like that, to get there. That's the best Williams Grove.
Yeah.
And the cream will rise
and
to the top
it
every
seemed
time.
like there was a nice curb in 1 and 2, up enough where you can get a couple lanes.
And you can see runs off of 2. Those guys that ran low and committed to it, Lance, even Freddie moved down eventually through lap traffic. They would just rocket off turn 2 like, holy shit.
Well,
They're
and one
cheating.
of the things I keep hearing from drivers and a lot of other people is Williams Grove is the best races at Williams Grove are when the straightaways are slick. The
Mhm.
corners can be gripped up, they can have grip, it can be slick to a curb, it can be fast. But if the straightaways are slick, what happens is these guys, if they lose momentum, it allows the car behind to run them down because they can't recover that momentum down a gripped up straightaway. So some of the snoozers that we've seen, yeah, it might be gripped up in the corners and there's everybody's fast, but they're fast everywhere on the racetrack.
Right.
So what I keep coming back to and hearing is that figuring out a way to get the corners separated from the straightaways. They are not. It all looks like one racetrack, but it needs to be done completely different. Where we have slow straightaway, slick straightaways, and corners with some grip and that can get wide or whatever. Whatever, I guess whatever Danny's asking for, right? So, um, curb, no curb. I just want to ride wide racetrack with options. I don't really care. I guess if there's a curb, if there's a wide racetrack with options, but the straightaways at Williams Grove, more than anything, from what I'm hearing, just need to be slow.
I think it all comes down to lap traffic, though. No matter what that's what makes racing at Williams Grove is you need that traffic to kind of to kind of bunch them up a little bit, and I don't mean that in a bad way.
But
It makes you got to make the right decisions then, and
you need 2
that's what
lanes,
makes
though.
yeah, for sure, but it makes it technical because you got to make the right decisions, the right times to pass the lap cars, And then if the lap cars are racing in front, like you got to go. You know what I mean? And that's what makes an already technical track more technical, and that's what makes the racing good, I think, at times.
Yeah. No.
Let's get to some comments here because we got a lot of comments pouring in here. Seth Dietrich, wish Jay-Z was on the other side of the table, might not have won that hot dog eating contest.
I don't know what he means by that, but oh boy.
I think he means that I would have beaten him in the hot dog eating contest because I'm a fat ass. So I think that's what he's saying. I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure that's what he's saying.
You never know with him.
Except he can't spell and used the wrong one instead of WON. He used ONE. Come on, dummy. If you're gonna grill me, flame me, my guy, let's get it right. Come on, man.
Mandy goes Freddie versus Cody versus Troy versus wait, where did Lance come from? That's exactly how it felt like. Darren Pittman coming strong at the end as well. He made right at the end. I think if this was a 30-lap feature, you're talking Lance and Darren probably fighting for the win here.
We would have had a fuel stop.
That too, and
coulda, shoulda, woulda. I'm just saying that there's 5 more laps.
I don't want to take away from Freddie because the way he was driving for the lead, I think he would have been interesting. He was playing really good defense, and fuel stop or not.
Yeah,
he had all the right moves to put his car in.
As good as Freddie was, I think you'd give Lance and Darren maybe a couple extra laps with how fast their cars were. They probably figure it out. But who knows? I like Freddie for having a fantastic race. He absolutely deserved this win. Matt Bird, pretty cool watching Logan Rumsey get better every time he jumps in his car after watching him in 358 not long ago. He's a guy. Every week here, I think I have said he in one of these features that we've gone over is that he was the hard charger. So just getting his laps in, figuring it out throughout the entire night, just keeping it clean, moving up. He's going to be a threat, if he's not already, to be honest. David Hartlob Jr. says, try racing with no brakes, and that's what happened with Cody.
Good. I don't
want to try that either.
No, it doesn't sound fun.
And Randy even goes on to say basically what I just said. I didn't even see this comment. 5 more laps and LD or even DP would have won. Let's see. Santos, there were quite a few times going down the backstretch. Cody was kind of all over the place, but he never hit Freddie or chopped him from what I saw. I think he was just unpredictable because of the no brakes, but the comments, and my opinion from Freddie, were uncalled for, says Santos. So Matt Miller goes, that's why you won't see Ryan Timms at the Grove. It's too technical. And he also goes on to say, I remember Kyle Larson sucked at the Grove for years. For sure. Yeah, I mean,
he still sucks, but okay.
It's a track that you need laps at to be good at. You're not, there's a couple guys. I mean, you've seen,
Brad Sweet. Brad Sweet
was awesome. Yeah.
Brad Sweet sucks at Williams Grove, admittedly. Like,
there's some guys that picked it up quick, like Gio Scelzi is the youngest winner there, winning National opening night a few years ago when he was like fucking like a baby. But yeah, I find it's definitely a track that I think you need more and more laps at. It's kind of how a lot of PA is, but especially Williams Grove.
That's why it's the posse's proudest race. And I'll say this: we lose a race at Lincoln. Yeah, it sucks. Losing at Port. So when the Outlaws beat Posse at Williams Grove, it stings a little bit.
Yeah. Marie says, been going to the Grove for over 30 years. Grove is a track that separates the men from the boys. Kind of pretty much backs up what we're saying here. Matt Trace.
Best track.
It's funny Seth said that. He also eats Snicker bars upside down.
Can confirm, cannot tell you how I know.
Randy Cup. I'm impressed with Pittman running occasionally and always being fast. He is amazing. It is incredible. Yeah, he's jumping into a car, but he's not a guy that runs every weekend as just ride hopping. He's just he's running a dozen to maybe 15 shows a year, all year. You know what I mean?
And
maybe
fast
that.
Fast
every time. Like it's just like he's riding a bike, and to do it, he's not terribly old or anything, but I mean he's retired now at this point, from full-time racing to be able to come in against the best competition and that PA has to offer, and he's going to be a threat against the World of Outlaws here in 2 weeks. It's super impressive.
I think the story is that's a threat in the sense of that's a guy who's a professional, been a professional for so long, And honestly, I think if we look back at this in 20 years, he's a guy lost in history because of Donnie Schatz's dominance and stuff in the Outlaw Tour. Because like he was so good, but he will not have the championship accolades. He won't have the wins because of how good Donnie Schatz was from most of his career, 2005 through when Darren was really on his prime. We know how good Darren is from when he came back home, or when he came home to our home and raced the Hefner car for a few years. He's just such a likable guy. On top of that, it's just one of those weird things. It's kind of like Sammy Swindell in a smaller version. Of course, Sammy Swindell is also obviously great, but kind of he's always been overshadowed by Steve Kenzer. Because Sammy Swindell, as great as he was, Steve Kenzer was just a little bit better.
Yep.
And you look at like what Donnie Schatz did with the World of Outlaws through that era when Darren was at his prime, kind of overshadows how good Darren Pittman was at driving a race car. And
I think when it's all done, I think he'll go down as one of the probably the most underrated drivers that was big, right, of all
right,
time.
for sure.
I think, and I think this shows it. There's so many guys that get out of it and say, "Man, I can't just get back in a Wings 410 and feel like I can compete with these guys. I need that seat time." You know, Casey Kane has said it. Tony Stewart has said it. Darren Pittman jumps in there every
Right.
not even the 69K, right, out at Knoxville. He was good. So, man, he'll go down as, I think, one of the more underrated drivers of all time.
And think about that real quick on that.
That won a championship, by the way.
Right.
that
He did
win a
win.
championship.
We all forget he's won the World of Outlaws championship. Like, think about that though. The only guy other than Kyle Larson that can do what Darren Pittman is doing is Darren Pittman. Like, Christopher Bell jumps back in that same car.
I know what you meant. The only person that could do what Kyle Larson is doing is
Darren
Pittman.
Pittman. Like he's just kind of jumping in the car randomly and it's like, oh shit, he's good. C-Bell, of course, does decent because he's a stupid talented driver, even if we like to talk shit. But like, who else is doing it? Like, to Jeremy's point, like they get out of the car for 3 weeks and they forget how to apparently drive a race car. It's crazy.
Out of the car for that's probably almost 3 months. It would have been
just crazy.
We didn't get Summer Nationals in. And I can't remember the last time he ran before that. I think it was it Texas?
Texas, I think, when he had the fuel, he was leading.
Yeah.
And the fuel stop deal. So
maybe he ran another time that I'm not thinking of. Maybe it was right leading up. Maybe it was right leading up to Summer Nationals. I can't remember.
It's
but
just flowers to him.
It's been so long.
Since what? Since he was in a car?
Pittman was in a car.
Other than Knoxville.
He ran 360 Nationals.
Yeah,
he ran 2 weeks of Nationals.
Yeah, but you go back to that Texas deal. Like, he was leading whenever the fuel stop, and we started talking about fuel tanks for 2 weeks. He was the guy that ran out of fuel, and we all started talking about it. That's crazy.
And then Magby says, "I'd love to see Pittman win the Natty O and call it a career like Raymer did." I don't think you're seeing I don't think you see Pittman. Obviously not in the 69K, but I don't think you'd be seeing him run nearly as much as he actually is, which is not that much. But I don't think you see him running very often if that wasn't the goal. Now, I don't know the call
it's
a career,
his
but
goal.
he still wants to win that National Open. That is burning on him. And I don't think you see him run more than just for fun. You know, I think he's still taking it seriously here when he is in the car.
Maybe for that pre-race show, there's a trivia question related to that.
Well, don't give away the trivia.
No, I didn't say. I said maybe.
What's going on, Eric? Aunt Bay, what's going on? Nate, what's going on? Tyler Murray, what's going on? Thank you all for tuning in. Just a lot here. Kyle Vaughn. Kyle Vaughn says, would Pittman blow the roof off the place like Raymer did if he wins the Natty Open this year?
I'm going to go no. And I say it in this way. It's the people that love Darren Pittman are hardcore. And yes, it'd be a feel-good win. It would be electric. But Fred Raymer winning that National Open 2013 was very, at least locally, like Dale Earnhardt winning the Daytona 500. I don't think the crowd reaction is quite the same because it's not one of our own. Yes, we all love him. Or
in the 69K,
I don't think it matters.
Would add a little bit.
I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters. Like, Fred Raymer winning that, like, we'll have to wait and see if he can prove it. But like, Fred Raymer winning that, like, goosebumps.
I think it would depend who he beats too. Like if he's beating
I,
Gravel for the win.
But no, that's what I'm saying. That's what takes away from it because it didn't matter who Fred beat. He could beat
Right. I'm
Greg
not saying
Hodnett
on the
in
same level.
2013, and it wouldn't have mattered.
I agree. Nothing
The
would
place
compare
was
to
nuts because Fred Raymer finally pulled it off.
Nothing's gonna compare to Raymer, but
I think it
Maybe-
could be really close, guys.
Yes,
Right.
no, I
Right,
agree.
right.
I agree
How
to
many
that.
how many years have we been on this thing where Pittman shows up for the National Open at Williams Grove?
It's
And he
insane.
doesn't race full time anymore. It's been what 5, 6, 7, 8 years. It's not new. I forget the last time, right? But like this isn't a new thing. If anybody knows the National Open, you're a Williams Grove fan, you've been following it at all, you know what this means. He runs throughout the year to get ready for this.
Right.
This is what he wants to win, right?
It's his Super Bowl.
I think it because that 2013 is going to go down in history if like we all remember every like wow, right? You're right. I think this could rival it. And I think it could rival it because he's getting to that point. He's not full time. He only does this to get ready for this race. He's in the best equipment. He's finished second so many times. Man, I think it would rival it. I really do. I think this year
I
could.
think it would be close. Yeah.
I think it is even with the 2009 Hodnett winning the National Open, and that's a huge one. That was a celebration and a half. No, you get me wrong. It's just a Raymer one being one of our own who's been here week in, week out for 30 plus years.
Right.
So I would put Pittman, if he were to win this year, I'm going to treat this thing like I just had a second child, but that's just me.
That answers the question. That answers Aunt Bay's question. Bigger question is,
Yes,
Chris going to blow the
dude,
roof up.
Aunt Bay, you are going to be the mother of my second child.
He can't even win a foot race at the Natty.
Oh, whoa.
No, I think well,
Jerry makes a good point.
yeah.
Am I building a storyline to after 20 years of trying to I race Jeremy in 20 years with his second torn Achilles and beat him? That'd be amazing.
Yeah, I'd be 63 then. You should beat me.
Hey, I'll take him how I can get him, buddy.
Mitch Brodheim brings up the point. Pittman finished second 6 times in the Natty. 6 times.
6 times, including that one to Fred Raymer. That's amazing.
And then here's Public Enemy number 1 for Chris, I think. No, I'm only kidding. Marie goes, I went to an autograph session 2 years ago, and Pittman was very rude, like he didn't want to be there. Treated me and other fans badly. I won't be happy if he wins, but if it means he never comes back, bring it on.
She's a
Marie only
fan.
likes Marie only likes wingless drivers. she likes the midget and wingless guys.
She has a profile picture of a buck.
Her first comment tonight was about Pursley.
Yeah, which we're gonna get into.
That tracks.
Yeah. But no,
right.
I get it. If he was rude, it puts a bad taste in your mouth.
That's where I'm at with Brad Sweet. So I respect you, Marie. So wrong, but I respect you.
Let's take a look at Williams Grove points after this all shakes out. Now that Freddie Raymer does have a win, it does close the gap slightly. Troy still had a top 5, right? 5th or he finished? Yeah, he finished 4th. But it was 235, I think, last week. Now it's 205. And Lance DeWeese kind of closes in a little bit with 430 points behind Troy. But this is Troy's right now with only 3 points races left this weekend and then the 2 nights at Natty. I think if Troy just keeps doing what he's doing, he's got this. It's a pretty comfortable lead, I should say. It's not locked up by any means. Anything could happen, but it's a pretty comfortable lead if you're Troy Wogman, the way he's been performing this year.
No doubt.
BAPS Motor Speedway on Saturday. 29 cars showed up for this one, where Danny Dietrich got the win over Brock Zierfoss, Freddie Raymer, Cam Smith, Troy Wogman, Dylan Norris, Darren Pittman, Billy Dietrich, Justin Whittle, and Kyle Moody. Your top 10, your heat race winners were Billy Dietrich, Danny Dietrich, and Gerard McIntyre. Hard charger was Tyler Ross, plus 8 positions going from 20th to 12th. This one, I guess technically is caution-free, right? Because the initial start there was a spin for Rumsey.
Rumsey broke the front end.
But I think that was going to get called back anyway, that start. Didn't complete a lap, and then the ensuing restart goes all the way to the checkered. Danny Dietrich.
No, I think Gerard McIntyre crashed off.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Down the backstretch. Right.
My bad. Yeah. I forgot about that. That was a little bit later. Either way, it was Danny Dietrich's play. It's Danny Dietrich's playground. It's Danny Dietrich's world here. very top dominant. It felt like at the track. It was good surface. Some good battles between like Brock and Freddie, and Troy Wagaman. Cam Smith came in a little bit later past Troy. Those guys up in the top 5. There's some good battles behind there with Whittle and Moody. I know they kind of had a little dust up, but Danny Dietrich, he was 8 seconds ahead at one point, and I think the margin was like 5 seconds at the end. Nobody was catching him. Brock Zierfoss was very fast. He charged up. Just, he kind of needed the yellow to kind of maybe throw something at Danny there. But what else can you say about Danny Dietrich at BAPS?
Just domination. Not surprised. I'm sure no one was surprised. There was some okay racing through the field at times early, like after restarts. Once they got strung out, it took a while for people to get enough of a run to even like throw a slider. It took, and then when someone threw a slider, it took like 3 of them to finally clear someone. It looked like. And if you're Kyle Moody, you just run into the side of them. So you could do it that way too. That would work. No, listen. I don't know what happened with Gerard McIntyre, but I have pictures of Moody was under McIntyre. They're side by side off 2. Yellow lights come on. I turn around and G-Mac is wrecked down the backstretch. Front end's collapsed. He hit the inside wall. I don't know what happened. A few laps later, slides Justin Whitall and kind of feeds him a right rear pretty hard. So Justin didn't wreck, but all that for Kyle to go 12th to 10th. So not ideal, probably. And I think he had a rough night. I saw him after time trials was going to the front office, going up to the office. I heard there was something with, extra laps in time trial. I don't know. I don't really know the details, but listen, man, it matters to these guys. They're competitors. There was some hard racing because it was hard to pass. If you had the opportunity to pull the slider, you had to pull the slider, and it was hard. I think Troy and Billy, like, I think it took 3 sliders for Troy to get by Billy and finally like close out the pass, multiple laps. So other than Danny stinking to show up, it wasn't awful behind him.
No,
but there was a stretch probably from lap 6 to like lap 18, maybe in my brain. I'm just guessing that I didn't see anybody pass anyone. It was just they were just in a single line around the top. Is that good?
Yeah.
Is that good? Is that bad?
It's racing.
I don't know.
It's racing.
I didn't have much to take pictures of. Got to tell you.
Yeah.
Just watched them drive around in circles.
That's
Tyler
neat.
Koenig here says, I heard it was slide job city between Brock and Freddie.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say slide job, but that was probably the most, the hardest battle on the track throughout the race. It did take a couple times for Brock to finally clear it and get around him. Freddie did not make it easy, as he shouldn't. And Freddie was going for that bonus there. You know what I mean? If he would have won this, it's awesome weekend for Freddie, getting the win and still even a podium finish here. That's a fantastic weekend for Freddie. But yeah, and Matt Miller says, how many cars were lapped down? I'm pretty sure Danny lapped up to 9th. Yeah, I think he was getting the Justin Whittle, if I remember correctly, right at the end.
Yeah.
But,
so my question is, what does it matter? So we go back to what's a good race, race of the year, whatever. Danny stinks up the show by being dominant. That does not make a bad race. It does not make a bad surface. It doesn't make it anything. It's just it's a race. No, but this is more of the fans like everything. Oh, we gotta have a 3 wide photo finish for it to be a good race. See, it's not realistic.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think that anybody knows it. Let's put it this way: if a guy who hasn't won a lot, if a guy who hasn't won a lot or won a lot at BAPS went out and did that, we would kind of be like, start on the pole. It was fast. He did his job around the top. We're not going to take it from him, but we'd all kind of be like, was that good? I think in this case, we're all going, we expected Danny to be pretty damn good. He dominates the race. And I'm kind of looking around going, man, I don't remember seeing a pass in 1 and 2 for 10, 12 straight laps in the top 10. I don't think it was phenomenal, but when they did have to pass and they got to him, it was pretty fierce. So it was like some really, really hard racing. So I don't think it was bad, but I also don't know if it was like a banger.
I think the thing is for BAPS standards, because BAPS always puts on. I think maybe it was a little bit down, but I enjoyed it. I had a good time.
I get what you're saying, But at the end of the day, if Danny starts 10th and finishes 6th, the comments, us, are shitting on, oh, well, Danny didn't drive forward. Hey, dude, the dude did his job. Got himself in a position to start in the pole. And went out and kicked their dicks in, right? Like, I don't need a photo finish for it to be a good race. Like, hey,
We're not saying that though
No,
either.
I'm not
no, we're
talking
not saying
y'all.
that.
I'm not talking y'all. I'm talking just in general. Is it the race of the year? No, it doesn't have to be. We have this weird concept overall as race fans.
I don't think anybody's saying anything about that though. I think you're taking it way too. But I get what you're saying though.
No,
I
it's just
understand.
like sometimes you get your ass kicked.
Yeah,
That's just life.
Danny's job to sync up the show, and that's what he did.
And was the track service bad? No. I haven't heard anybody complain about the service other than, yeah, tight sliders, whatever. There's racing through the field. That's why you go to the racetrack, not to see who's going to dominate from the pole. There's racing throughout the field that even streaming services cannot provide you. I just feel like as a population, race fans have gotten so to the highlights, to the winners led by 7 seconds. They forget there's 23 other cars out there
Yeah.
having good ass racing. It's not the track. Sometimes you just get your ass kicked by the leader.
I think what we're just saying is that there was not much else other than Danny sneaking up the show. There was not too much else.
Yeah, and that's okay
to talk about. Really, I mean, I guess a couple little things, but
yeah, and that's okay.
It was a good race. I got a hand at the BAPS. They ran a nice show. Great. They had a great thing during the intermission where I think they raised over $7,000 for the police officers that lost their life in a tragic shooting around that area.
And I
go ahead.
did see today that it's over 8,000. Another sponsor came on and pushed it over 8,000, and they're still collecting money. So that's really cool.
You had a lot of drivers, mostly sportsman drivers, come up and bring their helmets through the crowd during that intermission and collect some money. And we were talking about everything, and it was great. And everything was done by, what was it, like 8:30? Everything, the whole night was pretty much done by like 8:30.
Right.
So they did a fantastic job of just moving the show along, getting done early. We met some people out in the parking lot. Had a good time. The camping there was nice. That was the first time I ever camped at BAPS. So shout out to BAPS having just a great facility, and got to watch a brush fire. That was fun to watch.
and real quick, I mentioned the sponsor. It's Eagle Air Aviation stepped up to push them over 8,000 earlier today. So I want to give a shout out to Eagle Air Aviation for doing that. Like if you're
I
a
believe
step
that's
up,
the sponsor. I think they're on Mike Bittinger's car, the Cookoff team car. I
maybe.
believe Eagle Air's on the top of that car, if I'm correct on that.
And I'm gonna keep reading through what BAPS has posted. They hit 7,700 yesterday. Fusion Financial Group and Michael Gallinger helped them get there. So I want to make sure those people that support racing and support obviously the fallen officers. Make sure you get their accolades.
Yep, absolutely. But great show run all around. I guess we were a little disappointed with 29 cars just because they get like 50 on a Sunday, but it was a great field. Obviously, we know a couple guys were out at Four Crown, which is what we're going to talk about next. And then, but still, it gets like this around this part of the season.
I will say this, and I'll echo what you guys said. BAPS, right? Efficient show. Surface was really good.
It was good.
Pretty good racing. They didn't mess around. Looked like a pretty good crowd. I couldn't have been happier on a Saturday night to be done by 9:00. That was pretty amazing.
It was great.
It was awesome. So shout out BAPS. And the event they did for photographers, safety crew, fire crew, media folks, they get a little tent set up and had a little luncheon there, and got to kind of mingle with that crowd, and met Scott Gobrecht met his dad, was there serving food. That was pretty cool. So I got to see him, and Colton was there. So just a really cool deal. And haven't had that happen at any other racetrack. So shout out to them for welcoming and
Yeah.
wanting that at that racetrack.
And 100%. And we talked about it last week with what Colton's done. So Jeremy talked on the media side, but on the driver's side, having a raffle for right rears, you're going to get support, reward those folks, right? It's just cool. Everything that Colton and Scott Gobrecht are doing it's just awesome to see everything they're doing for every division. It's not just 410. It's limited lates, late models, street stocks, whatever. That's how you build a following. And other tracks should take note, honestly. I love it.
Well, they're doing a lot of great things there. I saw that they made a little bit of renovation. Every time I go to BAPS anymore, it's giving me Port Royal vibes a little bit. Every time I go to BAPS, there's something new, some little renovation being done, something that they're adding. They're putting money back into the facility. It's fantastic to see. They did something different with the fence. I didn't see but I know they created a little bit more handicap parking and fixed that fence out around turn 4 that connects to the pits behind the grandstand there. So again, just like I said, every time I go to BAPS, it's something new, and it's awesome to see.
They're building
USMU
something
event.
special there for sure, and it's exciting to watch as a local. Can't wait to see what they do.
Eric Schneck also said Eagle Air is also sponsoring BAPS $5 410 night next year. So awesome of Eagle Air.
You can buy your tickets, I think, already for that.
You can buy them right now.
$5.
Yeah. $5 show, 410 show with a full purse next year.
www.bapsmotorspeedway.com. Go get those tickets.
Nate says, when are you guys getting another sponsor? We're always looking for sponsors. We'll be
well.
I know that's a little bit of a little wink and nod, but actually, we should probably talk about our sponsor now, Chris.
Okay, we can do that.
Our
we'll come back to you, Nate.
Our sponsor, Vertical for Life, helping prevent veteran suicide one beat at a time. Chris, tell us about Vertical for Life.
First of all, Brad Weatherby runs this campaign. Love that guy. We talk a lot, but to put the mission out there, so obviously the three of us at Turn 2 Tables podcast are proud partners of Vertical for Life and what they do. Obviously, every 22 seconds, we lose a veteran of suicide. So the great people at Vertical for Life are dedicated to helping veterans find resources. Better for life. To help prevent veteran suicide. Vertical for Life accomplishes this goal through education and assists veterans through whatever they need to get in touch with organizations that help give them life-saving resources. I'm close with Brad and so forth, but if you follow Vertical for Life on Facebook or go to www.verticalforlife.com, you can find merch and other things to help any way to support them, whether it be buy merch, give where events are, whether it be music events and things like that. So yeah, we would love it if you went and followed their Facebook page or just went and bought merchandise, including this hat that I have backwards that's making me sweat like a son of a bitch. Love this hat, but love Vertical for Life. Love Brad Weatherby. He's a great guy. And his mission is one that I personally am invested in, and every time I get a chance to flip his wheelchair, I will love to do it.
Yeah, Brad's a really, really great guy. And we've been raising a little bit of money here by selling these T2T stickers that we have at National Open. We hope to give them the money that we did raise.
And plus side, I have a whole baggie full because I've been missing, as Matthew Bird talks about.
So we'll try to sell some more at Natty, and we're trying to give all the proceeds to the back to Vertical for Life because it's just it's a great cause. Brad's a great dude. And yeah, just support it if you can.
And we're talking proceeds. We don't want your money. Any money you think we want, give it to Virgo for life, because those resources that they have and that they can gain be much more value added with them than us. We're just stupid. But we have fun. So if you see Brad, don't drink his moonshine. Pro tip.
It tastes good, but you'll be.
There is rumors he has 2 jars coming to the National Open. Stay away. It's a pro tip, kids. Do not do that with Brad.
All right, let's get into some of the other news from the weekend. The Four Crown Nationals. We'll go through this pretty quick because the bigger story is Anthony Macri, and we're going to talk about that here in a second. But night one, you have Aaron Reitzel getting the win late over Rico Abreu, Chase Randall, Justin Peck, Brady Bacon, Brenham Crouch, Brent Marks, Gio Selzy, Brad Sweet, and Tanner Thorson. Rico pretty much led this entire race. There was 2 laps to go on a restart. Aaron got a great start. Did everything he needed to hold off Rico. Aaron was pretty emotional in victory lane because the last time he was at that track, he was coming out in the ambulance with that broken foot. And it's like one of those things where, I mean, Reitzel has become the villain, especially here in Central PA, but you couldn't help but feel like that's a cool redemption story. You know what I mean? Ran a hell of a race. He's been on fire since he came. He was great all season, but he's been really on fire since he's come back into that car. And to go back the first time to Eldora since the accident and go and win in the fashion that he did, you gotta tip your cap at the very least, if not feel pretty good about that. So shout out to Aaron Reitzel. Great job by him. Dason Pursley gets 11th here. He wins the Great Lakes Sprint Series 360 race earlier. So this kind of turned halfway into a 5 crown event with the 360s. We're going to talk about Dason here in a little bit as we get to day 2, but he did have a win that night in the 360s. So, and then an 11th place finish here. He is a guy that is really starting to get more and more comfortable in this wing sprint car, and he's definitely going to be a guy to watch in 2026.
Yeah. Wait, you said Pursley is?
Yes.
Yeah, all of a sudden it's like hit my radar that he's maybe in a different car next year. Like went from try to growing, we're building, we're going, in my mind, to he's like a hot free agent right now. I don't. Silly season is like, as much as it's already been crazy, it's going to get crazier because everything I keep hearing are like pieces going to fall that nobody sees coming. I don't know what they are. I don't know the details, but there's a lot of moving parts that have yet to even be announced. So I guess we'll see.
Yeah, basically, I just heard Jason Pursley at 69K next year. Confirmed. Anyway, go ahead, Jimmy.
And then we go to night 2 where Rico Abreu gets redemption of his own, getting the win over Giovanni Selzy, Aaron Reitzel, Ashton Torgerson, 21st to 4th, Justin Peck, Brad Sweet, Tanner Thorson, Danny Sams, Chase Dietz with the top 10, and Chase Randall. Big story from this was, well, from Friday night, I'm sorry, I kind of skipped over that. Anthony Macri gets into a pretty, that what actually brought out the late yellow for Aaron Reitzel to be able to get around Rico was Anthony Macri getting into the wall. Very hard hit. It was abrupt, and then he gets hit by Parker Price
PPM.
Miller on the way down. Took him a long time to get out of the car. Needed help to the ambulance. They ended up packing it up, calling it a weekend. They said in their social posts that they're getting ready for the next couple weekends. We're hearing, possibly a fracture in his back. I don't know. That's what I think I saw Kyle Vaughn in here says Macri has a fractured T4 vertebrae. I'd assume he's going to miss some time, but I'm not a doctor, even though Nate likes to play doctor with me.
Whoa. Well,
Which,
I know Nate's weird, but holy smokes.
You hear a fracture in the back, you would think at this point in the season he might be done. But we haven't heard anything officially yet. Theirs was, hey, we're going to take some time off and get geared up for the next 3 weekends. Haven't heard anything else officially on Anthony Macri yet, but we wish him all the best. It was a very, very scary wreck. Lucky he was, even though with assistance, he was still able to walk away from the wreck. Very scary moment for that 39M.
Yeah, no doubt. He sounds like he's back at home, hopefully on the mend. and we see him back sooner than later. But yeah, I mean, this time of the year, obviously, National Open's important. You know, that's a big one for us and him and that team. They've had a hell of a year, but you know, we don't need to risk further injury, especially when it comes to back stuff. So hopefully he heeds the word of the doctors, whatever that may be, and we'll see him back soon.
Yeah. But like I said, second night, Rico Abreu gets the win here, gets the redemption. After awesome feature this one was too. Very, very racy track at Eldora. All weekend long, really, but especially on Saturday night, it was there's so many different lines that you could run. It was like peak Eldora. But Rico Abreu +7 spots. I mean, look at these movers: +7, +7, 17 for Torgerson, 11 for Danny Sams, 12 for Joel Miles Jr. Some of that is from attrition as well. Don't get me wrong, but some of these guys were flying. That's for sure. And then getting to the USAC part, Dasa Pursley, man, wins 4 out of 5 features on the weekend. Wins the 360s. Doesn't win high limit, but he wins the midgets, Silver Crown, and sprint car, wingless sprint car features. What an incredible performance. Dasa Pursley, 20 years old, by the way. Just doing what, I mean, the last guy to do something like this, win 4 features in a weekend, I believe, was Kyle Larson. So it's not technically the full 4 crown because he didn't win the 410 feature, but still won 4 out of 5 features for the weekend here and dominate. I mean, he dominated the USAC portion. Like once he got out front, there was nobody touching him. It was a done deal. Absolutely incredible. Incredible job by Dason.
I tell you, the USAC's a funny thing because this was done fairly recently. Sweeping the USAC portion, which was Logan Seavey. He just did it a couple years ago, and Logan Seavey's had a very quiet last year or two. Was dominating, looked like that guy going to go win and set records, and it's been quiet. Now Dason Pursley's on the scene, and he gets all these. So it's like makes me wonder a little bit about like Logan Seavey. I don't know what the situation is. I think he's in a good race car, but where'd that dominance go with Logan? Right? What makes you wonder what happened a little bit there. But anyway, this was an unbelievable performance all weekend, and like yeah, like you said, that sprint car, that thing was just unbelievably good. And he was doing things like everybody else was doing on the run in the top. He was just faster doing the same thing. All the cars looked very similar. It wasn't like he was higher than everyone or whatever else, man. Whatever he was doing, he made that speed work. It was super impressive all the way around.
I mean, I'll echo it. Clearly, his Silver Crown car was rigged. That's why Carmen didn't win. But otherwise, props to Dason Pursley. What a story coming from the broken back, or
Yeah.
damn near being paralyzed
Mm-hmm.
not that long ago to this level of driver. And we see on the wing side, he's getting there. We saw him win the big race out west last week or week before. He was kind of a forgotten thought for most of the high limit year. Not anymore. He's there and he knows how to drive a race car, and that's amazing. Props to him.
Yep. Like I said, I mean, for Logan Seavey was the last one to sweep the USAC portion, which wasn't that long ago. But in terms of winning that and a wing sprint car, or I think when Jack Hewitt did it was a modified, wasn't it?
I think something like
Late
that.
model,
Yeah.
I heard.
Or a late model. So to win another division, you know what I mean, to win 4, even though there wasn't 5 back then, it's not the same. It's not going to be the same as when Jack Hewitt did it. I think when Jack Hewitt did it, that's like the prime. And then the next closest one is obviously Larson. But what Dason Pursley did here should be a very, very, very close third place performance of all time at the 4 Crown Nationals. And I'm not talking just recency bias here. I mean he didn't just go out and win. He fucking dominated. Like
he was
just
set
so
up.
good.
He was set up on the wing side in a decent spot, honestly, right?
Mhm.
And he had a flat tire and whatnot that basically eliminated that hope. So, yeah, props to him. I'm not going to be that cat that argues from my front porch about history. Like, times change. Get over it.
Yep. And so just shout out to Dason Pursley. get a couple comments in here. I saw Murray says personally loved Eldora. Remember he won the last 2 Silver Crowns at Port. Yeah, he's incredible. I mean, he's just, and you're starting to really see. I mean, I've been he personally was I said he was going to win more than 5 features this year in the wing sprint car. He didn't catch on quite as quick, but man, he still caught on quick. I mean, he's a threat now for the past month, and maybe besides Tusky a little bit, but for the past month, he's like in the dash. He's up front, of every high limit event. So, and he got a win at Lernerville the weekend before. So, I mean, he's just he's learning it. And, as Alex says, does Persley return to the 13? Who knows what's in store for him? You know what I mean?
Right.
The sky is
Kind of-
lit. I think Persley can be into the same conversation with some time and with the right people around him on the wing side, in the conversation of a Buddy Kofoid, of what I mean, in terms of the future of the sport. He's going to be a guy that could be battling for a lot of big wins. I mean, he's only 20, you know what I mean?
Oh.
He's only been in the wing sprint car for like maybe a year now. So he's definitely got to watch.
Interesting you took that route. I was going to say Ryan Timms, but I'll echo your point, honestly.
Yeah.
Same concept. Ryan Timms was the name that popped in my head, but yeah, Buddy Kofoid or whatever, if they stick with it, they're going to get better. And you can look at sides. Wyndham. So Chris Wyndham, taking a little bit longer to adjust to the wing car, but he's starting to look good
in his own right. Yeah,
in his own way. Right now, he's not on this level. Obviously, a little bit older, but he's a USAC guy that was really good. Who's had a lot of growing pains on the wing side versus like a Tyler Courtney. But I think talking about Dason, I liken him to a Ryan Timms.
I like
The Buddy,
guys that
something
are,
like that.
That
right.
are under like 23 years old, they're going to be the future of the sport. We hope, as long as they stay in the wing sprint car,
or
here.
don't
They're
go
gonna
NASCAR. Right.
Yeah, like as long as they stay in it and don't have anything.
But a key outside of Corey Day, most of these guys are past what NASCAR is looking for, which is crazy to talk about. 19 years old. If you're not in ARCA, Busch, Xfinity, or O'Reilly, Craftsman, if you're not there by 18, 19, NASCAR doesn't seemingly care what you do. And it's almost like these guys, the Tims, Persley, Kofoid, have decided that, hey, no, we want to do this. Right? Because obviously SVG being on that side an anomaly, you're not building a lifelong career seemingly in NASCAR unless you're in the industry from like as a child. So it's interesting. I think we had these guys for the next 20 years, and it's kind of cool.
Jeff says we need to get Briggs Danner a good wing ride. By the way, who won the first night and the USAC sprint car side, wins a feature at Eldora. He's another guy that
same category.
Same category, yeah. And we've seen him a little bit in the wing car, and he's been decent. Obviously, not like a huge lot of wing starts or anything, but man, he's really impressing on the USAC tour and getting some wins here. Tyler Koenig says this goes back to the non-wing world. If Persley goes back to the non-wing world next year, he'd go toe-to-toe with Justin Graff for the most wins in USAC. I don't think anybody wants to see that, though, necessarily.
Right, and that's great. That's great, Tyler.
I just USAC.
Yeah,
USAC's the only one that's happy about that.
Yeah, but I don't see that happening. But yeah, I agree. I think he'd be a guy that would just be belt to ass every night.
Absolute animal.
He'll be 21 in a month, got a bright future. Adrian says Wyndham, now that Schatz is parked next door, leaps and bounds next year. That it could help for sure. I don't know.
Maybe we don't know that partnership.
It can't hurt, but
it shouldn't hurt. But I don't want to jump to he's going to help Chris Wyndham. No, Donnie Schatz is still there for Donnie Schatz. And resources getting spread. We've seen that kill opportunities. But good on them. if Jason Sides can do it, that's great. That's great for Donnie Schatz, and you hope Chris Wyndham can learn a little something from line wise or whatever. You know how good Donnie is, but who knows?
Not to take from this conversation, but a couple comments came up about Lincoln this weekend. Matt Miller put in chat there. Lincoln scheduled a 410 race. Lincoln doing Lincoln things. They already had a
They
410
already
race
had that
scheduled.
race, yeah.
But here's the announcement. They are, along with it being select collision group night, they are doing Fallen Heroes night. They're going to be $25 general admission, students 15, pit passes 40, and $5 from every ticket sale will go to the families that lost lives of the police officers. They're going to have 50-50 be a portion of donated, and also as drivers walking through like they did at BAPS on
So
Lincoln Saturday. So
$25,
obviously high limit, $25 general admission, and then
$5
$5 of every
to the
ticket.
families.
$5 of every ticket sale is going to go to the family, along with a few other things. So Lincoln put out a post 38 minutes ago, kind of announcing this addition to the program. 410 and 358 show, I believe. Yes, 410,
Yep.
358 show. So obviously high limit is at Bridgeport. Lincoln had this on their schedule all along.
Yeah.
Good, bad, and different. I will be at Lincoln Speedway anyway. So really looking forward to this one. It's going to be a special night.
We'll talk about that a little bit later. When we get
What
to the
we'll talk
schedule.
about a little bit later.
The schedule. We'll go over the schedule in a little bit.
Yeah, and I just wanted
Okay.
to talk
No,
about that quick,
yeah.
just before we get into what we're going to get into here in a minute.
And my comment is with Jeremy there. Props to Lincoln Speedway for doing that. Like, you have a regular show schedule, whatever, but the fact that you're gonna make that now, you kind of make it a cool event.
Yep.
You're gonna get more people there, so it helps them, but also
I hope so.
Yeah, you would hope so.
it shows.
We'll see.
It shows their community side, and I love that for them.
Going back to the Silver Crown. This was a
That guy-
perfect cap to the weekend.
That guy.
This guy, Carmen Perigo,
He's ugly as hell.
20th to 3rd in the Silver Crown feature. Absolutely dog walking some of the best USAC racing has to offer to get 3rd. Looked awesome, just rolling the damn middle. What a fantastic race. If you remember back at Springfield, he led like 20 or 30 laps.
25 laps. 25
laps.
His first career USAC
And he
last
just kind
lap.
of ran out of gas towards the end. Not literally in the car, but in himself.
Literally
It was-
his words.
It was like 120-degree heat index that day. So, kind of fell back some spots, but looked strong at Springfield. And then he comes here to Eldora, where he's ran well before. Gets his best ever USAC Silver Crown finish with P3 podium finish. It was so awesome. His daughter Brittany was
Right.
spotting for him.
Spot on.
You had Brett there.
Crew chief and
for him. So just a whole family, just a little family deal there. I know Brett had a good time there all weekend, and I was kind of busted his balls a little bit because Carmen didn't time that well. And I'm like, man, if you weren't so busy having fun at Eldora, maybe you guys would have timed better. Well, fuck me, I guess, because Carmen didn't need it because he just drove right up through the field anyway.
And to Jimmy's point, somebody asked what Carmen said in his interview, and I'm pretty sure, if I can remember correctly, he goes, "I need a few more tenths to qualifying, but my son was popping a few more tenths in trophy girls." So honestly, Carmen's being let down by his crew chief. Like, if he had Jimmy and I there, he'd probably be at least in the top 10, top 17, which mathematically means he's going to win this race. But no, hell of a drive. I know this weekend for that family is huge. Yeah, Brittany. So his daughter sent me a snap pre-race of her, the headset. She was a spotter. And for y'all that don't know, the last time she was the official USAC spotter, Carmen took off on a green flag with a flat right rear. Of course, Brett's on the inside, can't see that tire, and Brittany never told them that his tire was flat because she didn't know. So she's gonna hate me for telling that story, but it's funny. Carmen laughed about it. No, but Carmen and Brett and I were laughing about that not even 2 weeks ago. So that's when whenever she said I'm the official spotter, I was like, don't suck. And she goes, he starts 20th. I'm like, he's gonna win. And when he finished third, it's a cool story. Like, dude, Carmen's one of the nicest dudes
Yeah.
in the pit area. One of the greatest drivers in the pit area that I've been around. Just such a cool fella. So when he does well, it's just so cool because he won't take the accolades. In fact, if we walked up there right now and said all this, he'd punch us in the face. Maybe not.
This just in, Macri 3 to 4 weeks out with the T4 fracture, so that is official now. Thank you, Amp A, for breaking that news to us. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
So
there,
no,
Chris,
that's
sorry.
season ending for Macri. That's
yeah. You're out 3 to
unfortunate.
4 weeks at the end of September, and you're gonna miss National Open.
You're gonna
might
miss. You might as well just rest up for Icebreaker.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, it does.
But I mean, I'm looking at this picture of Carmen, and is this from Eldora? Because this looks like the Port
Yes.
Royal picture.
No, it's from Eldora.
My point exactly.
Well, maybe not. Maybe not.
Oh, my point exactly is this is Carmen Perigo. Anytime he's that genuine, right? The only thing that changes to when he's racing is he's laughing at himself. To when Brett's racing, we're laughing at Brett. That's the only thing.
Listen,
he's just such a good guy.
If you don't know Carmen Perigo, he's been running in another Stamen wing car out at Lernerville. He's actually 5th in points out there. Never done wing 410 racing before this year, and it's just him and Brett basically figuring out. And it's super impressive, just trying to go out, get all the laps, and he's not a guy that runs full time every week. And then when he does run, he's running something different. He's either running Silver Crown, or he's running the wing car, or then Brett's in the wingless Sportsman. They're just having a lot of fun doing it together. It's such a cool thing seeing them do
operation. That operation in general, like I mean, Jimmy, I know you went with them to Springfield last year. Like the way they operate, it's just so unique.
Yes.
Like, you got a flat tire. How Brett, why'd you pop your tire? Or they make fun when they have part failures. They're mad. Yes, they want to win, but it doesn't define them, and it makes being with them in those scenarios so much fun, so cool. Like we're sitting there like, Brett, why'd you suck? Or Carmen, why'd you suck? And we're just laughing. We're laughing while we're doing spacers and gears.
They're just having fun.
It's just fun. It's just fun as shit. And then we straight up sit in the hauler and tell stories for 3 hours.
So shout out Carmen. That was an awesome run. That jacked me up. That was one of my favorite races to watch all season long. Was really just special to see. It was so proud. So happy for them.
He had a Lance line locked up, buddy.
Yeah. Real quick, first night out at Tulare, got rained out. Second night for $83,000. David Gravel gets to win narrowly over Spencer Baston with a great run.
Race, bro.
But then Buddy Kofoid, Carson Basile, Donnie Schatz with a nice top 5. Logan Shore, Tanner Holmes, Dominic Selzy, Chris Wyndham, Kerry Madsen, your top 10. $83,000, nice $40,000 payday for Spencer Baston. This was very, very close finish. Spencer Baston, I think he fell back and had to charge back up.
Yes. So I didn't try to watch this feature, full disclosure. I laid down in bed and a source, Eric, told me what was going on. I was like, I can't not watch it. This race was Corey Day, Caleb Montgomery dominated for a bulk of this race, and they got together. But you can see Baston building momentum on the top. What a heartbreak for Spencer Baston. We're talking nose wing, half of it he lost by. Drove a hell of a race, but David Gravel's going to David Gravel. I want to talk shit, but I can't. He didn't race him dirty. He was there. What a drive. What a race. That was actually worth me staying up till 1:30 in the morning to watch a California race for once.
I'm glad one of us watched it because I did not. So
I literally was going to bed and I saw Eric. Eric's like, "Hey, feature time." I'm like, I guess I'll turn on dirt vision. Lay in bed watching. It's like, goddamn fuel stop. It's like, and then Caleb and Corey Day hit wheels in the back stretch. I'm like, why couldn't you both crash, or at the very least get the hell out of the way? And that broke Caleb's front steering, and I guess under that same red flag or caution flag, Corey Day also had he realized his steering box was broke or some noise like that. But they hit contact, and Spencer Basin passed all of them straight up, just room. But Outlaw Rules, the whole field didn't pass through before the caution. Gave David Gravel the lead. So that's unfortunate for Spencer, but he drove the piss out of it. They took the white. Spencer Baston pounded the fence in 1 and 2. And like, oh, well, way to fuck it. Well, then I don't know if most likely Gravel didn't know that had happened because he didn't have mirrors or a spotter, So he slid himself in 3 and 4, which just gave Spencer Basin a hellacious run through 3 and 4, and they finished wing to wing.
Yeah.
Obviously, .021. That's a hell of a finish.
Yeah, less than a tenth of a second. You saw the photo. It's a photo finish for sure. But yeah, Baston's stock is rising now. You got to imagine, after losing his ride,
What a
and
year!
everything,
What a year!
Been able to bounce around some rides on the West Coast and has really started to make a name for himself here. Maybe.
Am I mistaken that Tanner Holmes should have been in the Tarleton car, right, this weekend? Like, based on what they said preseason. Because McFadden was
That's a
here.
good question. I didn't even think of that.
So McFadden was here, and then he was leaving, and Tanner Holmes was supposed to take it back over, right?
Yeah.
So I thought of this randomly today, but Spencer Baston, and so I thought of this. So Spencer Baston, Donnie Schatz are both just like in limbo, just like straight up ride hopping.
Well, Donnie Schatz has something for the rest of the year now.
But right, but I'm saying is up until now, like they're just kind of ride hopping to piece together a season, and Spencer Baston's maximizing it.
Yeah.
Within
Yeah,
relatively, like
yeah. I mean, does he get another national ride?
Maybe not, but he's
maybe he stays West
maximizing.
Coast because he's been really impressive over there. You know what I mean? So,
But he's
we'll see.
maximized his opportunities. I would say I don't know if they get some back to national tour, but he's maximized the show that he's not inept, right? For him, that's a big thing.
So as you talk about Donnie Schatz too. If you guys didn't see the news, Donnie Schatz has a ride for the rest of the season. It'll be a second Jason Sides car backed by JVI. So that'll be pretty cool. A lot of people kind of went immediately to the Sides car because Donnie and Jason Sides have such a good friendship and for a long time. They're always parked next to each other in the pits and everything. So that was kind of like the first spot where people thought he was going to go, but Jason Sides isn't, a huge operation compared to some of these other outlaw teams. So finally getting some backing here with JVI to be able to do that. It's going to be interesting to see what he can do. I mean, obviously look at Chris Windham here going 27th to 9th here. And like we just said, he's been doing pretty good and getting better all year long with the Outlaws. Donnie maybe with a little bit more being comfortable with Jason, hopefully being in some good equipment here with some good backing, he could be a shot, maybe a shot here to, obviously still had a good run here with Paul Silva here in the W, with the top 5, but maybe he competes maybe for a win here or two before the end of the season within that car. We'll see.
And it sounds like his deal for 2026 is wrapped up, signed. Yeah. Announcement to be made at World Finals, from what I hear. So,
Keep an eye
but
out.
From what I've heard, Basin has nothing lined up. But in my opinion, Basin can find a West Coast ride. He can do well out there. That's where he shines in these short tracks, bull rings. It's his thing. He's taking advantage of his opportunities, yes, but these are also his strengths as far as racetracks go. So he lands something on the West Coast, he could be a formidable competitor out there week in, week out in that NARC series.
Yeah, for sure. Is Chianos here yet? I don't see him.
He said he'd be listening in. Jim, if you're listening, we're ready.
Yeah, we're ready to have you.
He's straight up.
While we're waiting for him to connect, first of all, what's going on, Billy? Billy Dietrich, good run this week at BAPS. Had a good night. What's going on, man? Always nice to see you in the chat.
The better Dietrich.
Matt Trace here says, I vote Ryan Timms at a 39M. does the 39M run with somebody else in that car while Anthony is out for the next foreseeable future? Ryan Timms would be a good vote.
That would be my vote if I
but
was in charge of that operation.
what do you guys think? I mean, obviously we just found this out. Just came out just now. It'd be out for at least 3 weeks. So I mean, obviously you would want to think that 39M wants to be out there for the National Open, but it doesn't have to be. I mean, they already did
They don't
enough.
have they don't have anything to lose, right? They're not
Right.
running for points, owners points, outlaw points. The winnings. Do they need it? Can they just take the break? I don't know. I mean, we'll see. But I'd tell you that, man, Logan Rumsey.
Ooh,
That's
I
sneaky.
love that
Time
one.
trials pretty good. Now listen, I
Clever.
don't know if he becomes a winning driver at the National Open, but he any limited experience, but like he's a guy who can time trial. Be kind of neat to see it. I mean, there's not a lot of guys sitting around doing nothing, and there's some, but like our Williams Grove experience. Do we know them? Is it worth it? I don't know. I think there's a lot of names that could be tossed around, but I don't know. That's the first thing that came to my mind was Logan.
Yeah. And Aunt Bay brings up a good point. Why would Ryan Timms leave his ride after winning the 2 biggest races of his career? True, but at the same time, a guy who doesn't have a lot of laps at Williams Grove, why not go with a team that
buddy.
But yeah, I
the best
I
money
don't see
to
Ryan
spend.
Timms.
The best money to spend is somebody else's.
Yeah,
you
but
know this.
It's not. It's Liebig's car. It's not Tim's car. It's not a family car. He's not in a family car. He doesn't drive for his family. He has a family car, but that Tim car isn't
I think
his
he's
family.
talking about if he went into the 39M. Why not?
For the National Open, why not just join in a car that Joe Mooney and them have dialed in for National Open?
This was a name that came up. Devin Borden. We saw him back in PA in the 1W.
Santa was funny.
But he knows it's biased, but he is a guy that isn't tied to a ride right now that would be plug and play kind of.
He's one at Williams Grove.
I mean,
with all due respect, Santos, they won a 39M for Anthony to get back into at the Icebreaker.
Here's the other thing. I was thinking, like with Logan Rumsey, even if it's not at Williams Grove for the National Open, they find someone else. The Outlaw race at Lincoln in October.
Yeah.
If he's not back for that, Logan's really good at Lincoln. Man, I could say, hey, he could make the feature, run top 10 against the Outlaws in that car. I think he could in his own car, but whew.
I think Devin Borden would probably be number 1 on the list just because of situation right now.
Cody Hurtlob.
Maybe, yeah.
That's if I had to pick from the crop that we're talking about, I want Cody Hurtlob.
Yeah. I personally think, I think a lot of people would want to see the 39M out there, but I think you just
park it. Honestly,
you just park it. To be honest, you know what I mean. Unless somebody comes with some money, and be like, "Hey, I want to run this thing for the next 3 weeks."
Yeah, I guess it depends on their crew and how they're paid, and is this something they're committed to already? With who knows? I guess, but time will tell.
What's his face said about last Williams Grove? In that case, put Derek Locke in it. We don't care about laps.
We got our guest in, James Chianos of Beerhill Gang. BHG Prez is his tag here. We're going to talk about the National Open Chili Cookoff. What's going on, man?
What's going on, guys?
So,
what's up, buddy? Hey, welcome in, man. Wanted to get you in here, and we're going to be a little part of this Chili Cookoff, and there's a big week of racing ahead this weekend, and high limits back in town, but the Outlaws are traveling back here to get ready for the National Open. But we thought this was a good week, and you and I chatted, and this was a great week to talk about the Chili Cookoff for all the things you're about to tell us. So I'm just going to give you the stage, man, and this isn't more as much of an interview as it is to tell us about the Chili Cookoff. What do people need to do if they are interested, whether they want to come in and eat all the chilies or they want to try to win this damn thing? Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, real quick, you said about a big weekend coming up. So the McSherrystown Moose Sunday from 12 to 3. All are welcome. The Moose, Factor This Racing, Beerhill Gang. We're putting on an open house. It's 12 to 3 at the Moose. There's race cars, there's pool tabs, there's an open cash bar. There'll be a veteran-owned food truck that is serving killer barbecue, some race cars on display. So if anybody wants something to do before the high limit race this Sunday, come on out to the Moose and support that cause, and then head on out to Path Valley for some high limit versus posse racing, which is probably going to be one of the best races of the year, hopefully. But yeah, I appreciate you guys having me on. And you guys said it last year. You guys came on board, did a live podcast from the Chili Cookoff, which turned out awesome. And you guys are back again. Also, I see you guys are doing a pre-race show with the Grove after, so you guys are gonna have a busy day yourselves. So, I can't say enough about what you guys are doing for local racing and bringing a light to the local community, and just everything you guys talk about, all your talking points, everything. It's awesome, guys. You guys have had a great year and built your show up wonderful. And I appreciate you being a part of our journey with the Chili Cook-Off, supporting the Beerhill Gang. Everybody works well together, and that's one of the things with the Chili Cook-Off. It makes it successful. This is my third year running it. I took it over. It's been around for a long time, and it took a hiatus for a little bit and then came back, and Justin and Kathy give us the back pits to do it every Saturday of the National Open, and pretty much it's really taken off. Last year, I think we had 23 cooks. This year, we're on pace to have that. I have a bunch of pre-registered, and everything's going really well for that. It pays $1,000 to win first place. Second place pays $500. Third place pays $250. And thanks to our wonderful sponsors that support this. Third place, Nasty Nate's back on board with that again. Nasty Nate Racing, for all you that know that crazy son of a bitch.
Yeah, that son of a bitch is in fact crazy. He's in my DMs all the time. I think he wants to date.
Well, it doesn't surprise me. Last year he had a bullhorn and was pretty out of control at the National Open. But
I wanted to just to remind everybody. I have a quick clip of what you're talking about. A little bit of what you're talking about. You guys missed this last year.
I was not there, just so we're clear.
No, you were there. There's video evidence. I'm gonna play the clip right now.
Hey, next, Justin. See why I got that megaphone? Look, so I'm gonna get on your. We're gonna Justin. You got a minute for us? No, I'm out here. No. Listen, Chris, it's been fun. I will say though. Have a good one. Want to sign them? Sign? No, cardboard. Oh, somebody got a Sharpie? Yeah, I got one. I got one. I'll here. Maybe. This is gonna happen too. Here we go. Sharpie. Justin Peck's gonna sign Nate. There we go. See, that's happening. Give it a smack! Good luck!
So, whoa. I remember all that now.
Wow.
How do I let you people engage me in such activity?
Sure.
It's natural. It comes natural.
That's one of the best moments we've ever had. The sound was pretty. I apologize for the sound. It'll be much better this year. We got a much better setup this year. But that was it was so random. First of all, just Justin Peck coming over and coming and sitting down and talking with us. But then, Nate just dropping his pants and having Justin Peck sign his box.
You guys,
it's hilarious.
You guys made me watch that, and I was so hungover.
That's mild.
That is not fair.
What happens after midnight? You should roll around with him at midnight.
Buddy, what happens after midnight is why I look so confused at 9 a.m.
Guys, touching on that, you guys last year being at your first, and both of us, trying something new with that podcast, and you guys definitely had some, issues, but you still killed it. And I can't wait for this year because, you just, I know, like I said, you guys got a lot going on with the day, and I can't thank you guys enough for helping. But so this thing, is driven by our sponsors and the good people that help us. And I'll go back to the awards. Like our first place award, you get $1,000, and then I got a custom 5-pound championship wrestling belt that was made by Trophy Smack.
There it is.
And there it is.
Look at that shit.
Yeah, it's badass. They were on Shark Tank, and Dustin Beard, Posseland, gave me the idea to do that, and he kind of did the design up for it and crushed it as usual. Dustin be killing it with his designs.
If I was running for one of those, James, I'd run faster.
Well, we can still do the contest.
Whoa! I'm an old fella now.
I can't really remember the full details last year. I think somebody ended up falling trying to run out of their shoes or something.
No, whoa. Do you want to race me, buddy?
No.
You want to do this?
Buddy. No,
you and me?
Don't. See,
no. Come on, you and me.
Nasty
you
Nate.
And me. Oh, Nasty Nate, I'll take on that.
It's like the
guy
ice
too.
bucket challenge. I know.
Dude, his legs are the size of like toys. Either one of you. I'll race all three of you.
Yeah, you guys had a good time with that. If we could probably line something up for fun.
Yeah, for sure.
I know Nate's watching. He wants to. He doesn't want to race me.
And
I know he is.
The biggest,
He's texting me.
I still say that's still the biggest win of Logan Rumsey's career. Was beating Chris in a foot race.
I'm Darren Pittman. I can't win at the National Open, as Jeremy said. Nasty Nate, man. Nasty Night Racing, James, foot race. Let's go. This year, National Open.
I'm gonna have to lace up my Chuck Taylors.
We got 1,000. How much to the winner?
So it's $1,000 to the winner, a belt, and a check that yours truly, Mr. Jeremy Zarfos, with his killer photography skills, donated his picture to us. It's the back of the check. I just got them done the other day from Dustin, so I don't think there's any real pictures out there right now. But y'all will see that in person. That's going to be sponsored by Beerhill Gang, and we have a new title sponsor that's also come on board, which is Weavers of Wellsville.
I love it.
Yeah. So basically, we got them on board. The two ladies that that do the marketing and run the place, and then one of the gentlemen over that works in the meat plant and runs the store over there, Rich. He kind of set this up, and we worked together. And something cool this year is I really wanted to try to get more businesses working with each other. And, the more people that work together, the better. And they're going to set up a booth and give out free samples of their stuff and also be selling beef sticks, all their good stuff. So if you guys are camping this weekend, stop on over there, get some fresh stuff for your grill. They're awesome. We plan to work with them hopefully with the future and, maybe try to do some discounts with them. But yeah, they've come on board. Second place, Mitch Bodine with Magoo's Motorcycles. He's a wonderful friend, sponsor of ours for a long time. Glad to have him back. He's our second place sponsor. And actually, I wish I could show you guys. My brother, he's incredible with the woodworking. He's designing second and third are both getting chili spoons that have engraved sprint cars, National Open Chili Cookoff. They get a check. So like I said, second place pays $500. And then Nate, Nasty Nate, he's back on board with our third place, $250. We're doing a best booth. $100. That's something the people they want to.
Oh, we lost him.
We should
But-
try to
We
win
lost
that
him.
$100 for. We should try to win the $100 for best booth. Let's
Dude,
let's go all
No,
out.
no.
215.
All right, hear me out.
No.
Since
Okay.
no, fuck you. So hear me out.
What did I say?
I don't know.
What did he say fuck me for?
Yeah, fuck me. What did I say? I was gonna go ahead.
You said no. I don't know. I was triggered. My apologies, sir.
Get so triggered.
So so James was talking about like raising money. What if we had a fundraiser where we bet on Nasty Nate and his broken back versus James and me? All money going to veterans. Maybe Burger for
Why
life.
you gotta pick like all the old
Yeah,
people and handicap guys? You trying to
Dude.
rig this for yourself?
Yes.
See, to be fair, Chris is also old and handicapped himself, so
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Finally, somebody sees me for what I am.
just not the same type of handicap. That's all.
Whoa. Stop while you're ahead.
I want to. So
I'm just saying, it's like what I'm trying to say. Like
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Like
We'll try to.
Nate would do it.
There we go.
James would do it. Matt Trace won't do it.
You guys there?
Oh shit!
Yeah, we got you.
Oh,
We
shit.
got
He's
you.
talking.
We got you now.
He's
We got you
talking,
now.
boys.
So I don't know where I stopped at because like I was trying to plug my best. Did you guys get to the best booth? Did we get to that?
You were just starting to talk
That's where
about
you were.
Okay, so Adrian Tetro, he's a 305 sprint car driver out of Mississippi. He was just up this way a couple weeks ago. Got to know him last year. He put $100 back into the best booth. The contestants, enter your booth. We'll judge the best booth. Give out $100 there. He also donated an extra $50. The first 10 people through the gate, $50. So sample tickets are 50 cents. So the first 10 people through the gate will get 10 sample tickets, courtesy of him. Mechanicsburg Beer Distributor, Scott Bryant, the family that runs that, they donate a bunch of cases of beer. We give out beer. And something cool this year, Wes Irwin with the World of Outlaws, Living Like Outlaws, he wanted to do something different. So on the judges' scorecard, there's going to be another category for spiciest chili, and the spiciest chili will pay $200 to win. So we've got a lot of cool contingencies for the cook-off.
Awesome.
Yeah, but the awesome thing here is about raising money for local racing, and you guys touched on earlier with the local police officers that lost their lives, these tracks drivers, everybody coming together to raise money. We're doing the same thing. We have a Beerhill Backs to Blue decal. We're collecting donations for that. We'll have them at the Chili Cook-Off, set up at the Beerhill Gang merch trailer. All proceeds go back to the families of the lost police officers that lost their lives. That's just something we're so blessed to do, is be able to raise this money. And the Chili Cook-Off's always been based off raising money for the local racers. And we have a couple categories that we do. So the biggest award that goes back every year, it's $1,000 to the first non-qualifier Saturday night's A main feature. How it works is if you finish one spot out of the feature and you do not take a provisional, because we had an issue 2 years ago and got called out. I won't go there because it's a whole other story.
I know who it was.
And we got called dumb drunks. But fellas, the gray area and the transparency is huge to me, and respect. And that's one thing Beerhill and I feel like we maintain. So basically how it works is if you take a provisional, that null and voids your first non-qualifier.
As a
So that happened, and we just reiterate that and stress it. Like, you take a provisional, it goes to the next guy.
Yep.
So $1,000 to win there for that. And that's the Lucas Snyder Tough Luck Award. We renamed that. A good friend of ours, John Snyder's son, lost his life years ago, and we kind of wanted. He used to do some fundraising for Port up there, and the award kind of went away. And I really thought it was a good thing. He asked me what we could do, and so we decided to rename our non-qualifier award the Lucas Snyder Tough Luck Award going forward. And this is something that's really cool too. We have a National Open Rookie of the Year award, and this year I don't know the full list, but I'm pretty sure Corey Day is coming in to race the National Open per Jason Myers Racing updated schedule the other week on Facebook. And we're at $500, sponsored by Dowdy's Pest Control, Chris Frank, Ashley Frank. They've been a long time, couple year sponsor of us. Appreciate them. But this is another cool award because it kind of gives back to those guys their first time trying to make the show. It's the highest finishing first time National Open racer. So 500 to go back to that. And then Rubbers for Racers, we're doing another tire giveaway. We're on number 8 for the year there. So we'll give a right rear tire back. For those that don't know how that works, we spin a wheel, and whatever number it lands on, that's the feature finishing position. They'll get a right rear tire courtesy of Miller's Racing Parts. So yeah, man, there's a lot going on that Saturday. A lot of awesome cook-off entrants. They put their heart and soul into their homemade chili. I believe last year we did 2,500 samples. The place was packed. It's just it's humbling. I'm so fortunate to be able to continue this and work with the Grove and have people like you guys work side by side with us to make this bigger. And certainly we want you guys to keep growing, and we love that you guys do your show on our platform on Beerhill Gang group page. You broadcast your show on there for people to go watch, and all your other platforms you do it on. So certainly, I can't thank you guys enough. And Jeremy, me and you have gotten to be pretty close over the last couple of years, and I just appreciate your friendship and just what you guys and yourself with the photography, man. You kill it, dude. Like you got something special behind that lens, and something how you capture. I don't know what it is, but yeah, you guys got the right combination pretty much going on, and I can't wait. 12 days.
Yeah,
So,
we're excited. This was such a fun time last year. We couldn't say no to come back. You guys are doing a fantastic job with everything, and the Rubbers for Racers thing is fantastic.
It's really
Love
cool.
what you guys are doing there.
I was gonna say, sorry. I was gonna piggyback. That's a cool thing. Rubbers for Racers. We get it, but like, we go back to last year, and that was our first time. Well, wasn't our first time. It was my first time live audience. That was the coolest experience. Being in the pits in National Open. I loved it. I loved every second of it. That's my childhood home. So I guess now looking at this year, first of all, James, stop boosting Jeremy's ego. Like, we know he takes good pictures, bro. Enough.
I'm sorry. I won't stroke his ego anymore.
Well, if you're gonna stroke it, let him finish. But like,
let him finish. Is his leg kicking? That's the most important thing. Does his leg kick while he's finishing?
I wouldn't know. Jeremy, you ever need to say? Anyway, so
you need to let him speak.
I don't think he's. I think he's speechless.
So
his silence is telling me
Chris is just yappy tonight. So I'll just let him go, man. He's just doing his thing here tonight.
He's hitting on a lot of good points, though.
Thank you.
So this event was super cool. First year I really got to kind of really even do the chili cook-off. Most times I don't stay at the camp. Like, I don't camp. I never get it back up there that early if I'm going Friday night. So last year was certainly a neat experience for me to witness that, and for all of us. And we're much better prepared this year, I think, with our audio stuff. So we really, I would love to that it's not streamed to the internet, that everybody shows up. I want everybody to be there, right? Yeah. Like I'd rather everybody be there. So Super excited about that. I want to try the chilies this year. Last year we were so concentrated on like getting our stuff set up and are we good? Are we good? I want to try a chili this year at least, not
Yeah.
the spicy one because I saw what the spicy shit did to Seth last year. So we don't need to do the world's hottest chip
Seth?
again.
That's all you fucking care about? I
I-
almost died, bro.
We'll get you guys
Seth was
squared
good.
away
Seth
with tickets,
almost died.
man. I'll have to hook you guys up. That's your your show up fees. We'll get you
Oh,
some
Yeah.
sample tickets
We'll
for
get paid
your
in chili.
Yeah.
No,
So-
so here's
I want to go over the schedule of events, tentative schedule of events here that
Yes.
we have listed here. So it's open for the public from 9:15 to 1 p.m. in the back pits at Williams Grove Speedway. If you're a chili cook-off participant, from 8 to 8:45 is your setup. There's a cooks meeting from 8:50 to 9 a.m. and then 9 a.m. is your signal to light the stoves. 9:15 to 12:30 is when there'll be service to the public, where you guys come in. It's 50 cents for a cup, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
each ticket
50
is
cents a sample. Yep, 2-ounce. They're little 2-ounce sample cups, and we provide all that to the cooks. They're sampling spoons. Basically, you just bring your bills at the entrance of the pits. We'll have ladies set up there that'll have change, and you'll get tickets, and you'll get tickets in exchange for money, and then you just drop one ticket in the bucket at whatever just table entrant you want to go to. We're giving out like a people's choice ticket, so like that kind of they can drop it in whoever the fan favorite is. And going off those times, one of the things that's really important is the judges. Matt Trace, yeah, I know he eats his Snickers sideways, or he said long ways, or whatever way. I don't know. Or I might have to fire him because we don't. The chili cook-off doesn't like that. No, but anyways, Matt does an incredible job helping me with Beerhill and this cook-off and the judges, and we've been fortunate to have some pretty awesome judges the last couple years, and trying to keep the same ones. So we have a pretty good judges list this year. Locked in. Just mention a couple of the names. Lindsay Barna, she was with Fox News. She kind of does independent journalism. Tyler Murray, he's Williams Grove's. He does all the media stuff.
Yep.
Felicia Williamson, y'all know her. She's Kramer's daughter. Miss Lincoln Speedway, Maddie Stevens. Apparently, Matt's got her locked in.
Well, it's easy. She's
I
love her. She's fun.
Yeah, no, she's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I love talking shit though.
It's okay. It's warranted. You have to.
She loves it.
Yeah. Miss Wingless. Cadence Klein. We got 358, 410 driver, Factor This Racing, Austin Reed. Supposedly Nasty Nate's got us locked in. Zach Hampton from Bill Rose Racing.
Nice.
Did he give him a ladder?
Yeah, we could, and I have many step ladders.
Poor Zach. I
don't
love
know if you
Zach.
guys know Jimmy Fitzwater.
Why'd you guys make me so toxic, bro? Love Zach.
Yeah, I haven't met him yet, and I look forward to. But yeah, Jimmy Fitzwater, he's a crew member for Jason Sides Racing, and then that gives us 9. We're trying to do 10 and 11, and tentatively, because they've done it the last 2 years, Miss VP Racing Fuels, Alex Brown, and High Limit Racer Justin Peck. They've been doing it. So hopefully, I've heard that they want to. It's a wait and see deal. So the transparency and trying to judge it fairly. It's pretty much what you call chili is what you call chili. We're not sanctioned. We have sponsors. Our judges go off an official scorecard. We try to make it fair so they're not like conversing with each other, but certainly they do talk to each other. But how Matt and how we run the end all vote, so there's really no way anything can be misinterpreted. It's been a pretty solid deal. So he takes care of that for me. And so yeah, there's a judges meeting thrown in there.
Mhm.
And then just basically the cook-off. The judge, I think it's 12:30. We have the announcements 12:30 or 1, and we wrap up, and then encourage anyone that's hanging out and has time to go up, check out Keg Kickball up on the Beerhill backstretch. It's Maryland versus PA.
Coming back to that, don't you
Yeah.
worry. I'm coming back to that.
Oh, sorry, you just. But yeah, no. That's it, man. With the cook-off, pretty much it's like I said, man. Without you guys and everyone's support, this is what makes it and it grows it. We're trying to make it bigger every year, and we certainly it's Williams Grove that allows us to have it in the back pit. So, thanks, Kathy Hughes and Justin Lowe. Big shout out to them. They're amazing people, and it's great to see this year. Just to hop off, the car counts this year have not dwindled below 20 at the Grove, and it's August, and the car counts in Central PA have been pretty darn good this year. And I'm hearing some rumors next year about some Saturday stuff with we won't dump into that, but I feel like the car counts are good this year, and I hope however racing goes, we just continue from this year because we've had solid car counts.
Yeah,
and I won't talk about what I've heard,
buddy. I'm gonna take over now. So you know how you ruin solid car counts? Adding a day. Anyway,
you're right. You're right. Yes, that's true. That's true.
Let's go back to National Open. We're talking, obviously, the chili cook-off. That's cool as shit. So James, before we get to that, I've heard your name is Jimmy Mouth. So what do you go by? Just so I'm clear who I'm engaging with.
Whatever you want to call me.
No, I mean, I heard I said your name I thought was the appropriate one, and someone goes, "Who the hell is that?" And they're like, "Oh, I know him as Mouth." I'm like, so can you talk about that a little bit? Like, who the hell am I talking to, buddy?
All right, so I'm born James Chianos. Jim, I go by whatever name.
Right, you go by.
Some people call me
Jim. And your social media is all James.
Yeah, I kind of put that. I lost my father 7 years ago, so I was always Jim Chianos on there, and I kind of put it back. I don't know, just change it to my maiden name. Mouth. I've been on Beerhill since 2004. I really haven't missed.
You're old as fuck, buddy.
I'm 40. I just turned 43 2 weeks ago. Mouth was given to me because I always engaged in conversation, whether it's excessive or. But I will say this. My belief in racing: the more people you connect with and are open and friendly to, the more successful you are. And it's not a me thing, it's a we thing. And Beerhill as a whole is Beerhill. But you have to talk to people and make them feel welcome. And that's something I feel like I've always done. I love meeting new people. I'm not afraid to talk. And in racing, that's huge, to gain connections, friendships,
sure.
Stuff like this. And that's kind of, I can't remember who gave me that nickname. It was one of the Beerhill OGs.
I would love to tell you. So I'll give you the backstory. So I was talking to my buddy at work. I don't even know, over the winter somehow came up, and he knew all the Beerhill people. He knew Matt, and I said a name. And he goes, "I don't know who that is." And he goes, "You know Mouth?" I'm like, "No, I don't know who that is." And we talking, he goes, "No, that's Mouth." I'm like, "There he is. There he is, Mouth."
Yeah. Matt and Kayla, they for a few years they really set the bar high for us and put Beerhill on another level. Prior to that, I went on Wing Nation back in 2012 with Dave Argerbright and Paul.
That makes sense.
This makes sense. And I've kind of been in the background, just Dave the commish, Stewie, Mike Root, he was the original Beerhill guy. Like, dude, I always worked with them, and
I love fighting Stewie on the old message boards.
Yeah, Stewie is Stewie. we could have a whole stew segment on this show.
No, back in the old Williams Grove message board days, I used to
Oh,
fight Stewie all
bro,
the time just to be a dick.
the old Williams Grove message board days. Wow, dude, I was on there. Yeah, man, what a time to be alive, talking shit and pissing
Just
people off.
talking shit,
And then
giving advice on a message
then you
board.
have
It
to
didn't
meet
make
the
any
person.
sense.
But I'll tell you,
It never made sense.
but dude, I met so many good people out there from that message board. I don't know if you remember, like Big Right Rear, BRR. Like,
Oh yeah, no, all these
Wiz,
fucking
remember
guys.
the Wiz?
I fought
Remember
them all.
Wizard?
I'm
The
an
Wiz,
idiot,
he always-
so I fought all of them.
Yeah.
I was like
What was it?
15
Deb?
years old.
The
fighting
moderator, Deb.
them. Oh Jesus Christ!
So again, guys, like I grew up 5 minutes from the Grove. I'm from Mechanicsburg. That's like my home away from home. I feel like you, Chris, how you said it's like it's family, man. It's like Cheers. You walk in there, whether they're flicking you off, you always feel welcome on Beerhill, and that's something we want people to know: is come up, hang out, talk, learn racing, try to get new people involved. With this Moose Party we have Sunday, we're trying to engage in like people up there that not necessarily know about dirt racing or maybe learn a thing or two. So yeah, man, I can't.
Right.
Racing is I've met so many great people.
So let me ask this. Obviously, we have some history and some jokes. How do you, or how would someone like me get new fans into the National Open? Obviously, we have the chili cook-off at 9 a.m. How do you get a new fan? What would be your approach? Because I know what I want to do, and obviously that's a good start. Chili cook-off, what you guys do is a hell of a good start. But then you mentioned the kickball game. I haven't heard shit about it. All I know from that is Jimmy's fiance got her wrist shattered 3 years ago. So you tell me, how do you promote that and get people on the ground to be at the National Open? You tell me.
Well, there's multiple outlets, but one of the things is that local racing is family, friends, generational. There's all sorts of avenues how you come into contact with it, and the new people that don't know about it, like you said, what ways? And I think local radio, flyers, like Weavers of Wellsville, he has a bunch of car shows and things like so. Like when people come into his store and they're like area where the carts are, they put flyers up. One thing I've mentioned with Justin is just posting on Facebook and social media, but more importantly is like the local area is what you want to try to get, because they're the ones that are coming home on Friday nights and potentially having nothing to do, whereas like people out of state or those type of fans that travel for these races, you're always going to have those come back every year, whether they can fit it in their schedule or not. But yeah, I believe in word of mouth and just I wear my Beerhill. I live about an hour and 10 minutes south. I moved to Maryland about 7 years ago, and I wear my Beerhill stuff and racing stuff down here, and I get people that ask questions. So I feel like the merch side of things is huge. We have a pretty good presence across the country. I feel like race teams they kill it on racing merch. Now, the keg kickball game, that's been going on for, 20 years, probably even longer.
It's unsanctioned, though. It's like a wild-ass parking lot.
So it's good
game.
friends. So it's Maryland guys. So it's weird. It's not weird, but it's
No, it's weird. There's Maryland guys are idiots.
No, so I'm a Maryland guy now, but I'm PA. But the old heads that I know, I could walk up to pretty much every one of them, and they're like good friends of mine because they come to the races and they got to know Beerhill. And over the years, this game has become. I played in it so many years, and I retired a few years ago. But it's like
retired.
I had to at the chili cook-off. I don't have time. But
how do I get involved? Because clearly you're weak. Maryland is not a real state, so
Well, so it starts at 12 every Saturday at the National
No, I
Open.
know. It killed my
There's
best friend. My
there's a
sister has a shattered
keg,
wrist because
a
of your
quarter
Maryland
keg.
idiot.
Yeah, there's a quarter keg at first base. You kick the ball. The only way to advance is to chug your cup of beer, and it's like a quarter filled cup.
No.
Maryland, it's cut and dry. You're from Maryland. You play for Maryland. PA, Beer Hill. Chris, you're from Jimmy.
I'm
Jeremy,
literally.
guys, you want
I
to
can
jump
see
in.
Beer Hill from my house, but no. Y'all are idiots. Maryland sucks. They killed my sister. No, fuck off. Maryland's not a real state.
I like Maryland. I don't know why.
I don't
the
care. I'm
Commonwealth,
not playing this game unless I'm on the PA side. That's basically the rules of my
you can
game.
be, and we'll make you after the cook-off if you guys have time to come up and do your thing because I know you're
I
busy.
have so much time.
I know you gotta get set up for that big
Yeah, I was gonna say.
infield.
Dude, Chris will have time. Me
I
and
have time.
JZ
Jimmy's
probably
got
won't.
shit to do. Jeremy's got shit to do.
Who's your
I
guys'
got time, buddy.
coordinator that sets everything up?
Chris
They
is
have
there
no
to
fun.
play. Well, Jimmy and I will do the work.
Dude,
He's just there to
The
play
legwork.
around.
Chris can go
No.
drink beer and have fun. You
Dude,
guys
I'm
do
the
all hard
one
work.
that I'm a fan of the people.
Exactly. That's what makes your show
All right.
awesome.
All
You
right.
guys engage with the people. And
No, me. They don't.
I don't know.
So-
Jimmy does a good job engaging in the comments.
I try. I do want to ask you a quick question here.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
this logo and this shirt is gorgeous. You
Is
could
it
get
going to
them
look
only
like
at.
this?
Is it gonna look like this? Can you get them at the? And can you only get them at the Chili Cook-Off?
So, I should have them next week if they're available the week before. I'll certainly have them available at the Beer Hill trailer. I'll make sure you guys get taken care of. Dustin Beard, Postuland Design, hit a home run with this design, and then Classic Ink. We're having them do the legwork and do the printing for us because they're long time. They're our shirt people and do our yearly shirts. And they did some tweaks to the back. We were able to add a couple sponsors. So yeah.
I love just the whole like logo and
Yeah.
everything you guys have.
That
Everything's so
chili,
clean and everything.
the
It's a nice
peppers,
theme. I love it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, Dustin has a way of making things look clean, and this is something that turned out exceptional. I just I have ideas too, and I feel like everybody works together in a way, and it just makes it 10 times better. It's not a one-man band. It's not a me thing. It's a we, like I said earlier, it's a we thing, and the fact that they're letting us do a half a design and then they're doing the print for us. So I'll have these available at the National Open. They're limited. I think I got like around 100 made. So,
Get there early if you want.
once they go through, they're gone.
Get there early if you want one. Yeah.
I got some koozies that Chris Frank's making me that have this logo on it. And then there's like a picture from the Chili Cook-Off with the bridge, like it's packed in the background. And then I got some decals of the front shirt logo. We'll have some decals there too. So yeah, our Beer Hill merch will be on site. Lucas Wolf, Jay, and Moose, they'll have their merch there. Chris Frank will have his 410 on display. You guys will be there doing your awesome show. Weavers of Wellsville will have goodies set up. And I'm trying to think if I'm missing anyone else. Bear with me. I have like 40 pages of notes because these past.
Yeah, there's a lot going on that day, like you said before. I mean, there's so much packed in.
There is.
There's a couple hours, and then it's packed in the middle of this party weekend. This kind of a send off here for us in Central PA. You know what I mean? When you got Friday, and you got you obviously have the big Saturday night open. This is nice, right in the middle. Big gets everybody jacked up for the big finale.
It does. Weather looks good too, fellas.
Oh,
Knock on wood.
Mouth is yap. Real quick.
Actually, I want to go to bed because I got to be up at 5 a.m. But I'm having a good time.
I have a really good
Whenever
idea.
you're ready to kick me
Yeah,
off,
we want to go to
send me
bed
a
too.
fellas.
Yeah. Chris won't stop yapping.
Yeah, Chris.
We should call Chris
Jr.
Mouth.
So you
Chris
have the
Mouth.
the chili cook-off. What
Hey,
is?
Chris.
Oh, this time.
Hey, Chris, I just want to say something because I know you're active on Facebook. and I saw a picture earlier that was posted an hour ago. Not going to say what, but I'm really happy, and I love seeing people happy.
Thank
That's
you,
all I'm
buddy.
going to
I
say,
know
brother.
what you mean. I know what you mean. Oh no, she's amazing. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
brother. Yeah, she's a cool
truly
chick,
awesome.
man.
No,
She
we
is.
were talking about you before the show because of that time in you in the Gettysburg Circle.
She knows me. She knows me. She's cool, man.
We were talking. No, she was telling me the story behind you. You were standing in like the circle of Gettysburg, with the protesters or whatever. We were talking about that pre-show. That's cool. No.
Yeah, man. No.
She's awesome. She's fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah, buddy. Sorry to get off topic, but
that's why I talk more shit now
I'm
because I
mouthing
know
it up right now.
I know I have a rock. Anyway, so while we're talking shit, so what we should do between the chili cook-off and the post or pre-race show is Mouth, James, and or Jimmy, whatever you identify as, and Matt Trace, as he's talking shit in the comments, and Nate because he has a broken neck. We'll foot race, all money raised. We raise money. Who's gonna win the race? All money going to whatever.
I'll do it if we put it back towards the police.
I'll do whatever you want, buddy. I'll run backwards. I'm still gonna beat you.
I'm not denying that.
Logan Rumsey's fast as shit in everything, including foot races. Who knew?
I like how you guys talked about him earlier. He's definitely getting better in that race car, man. We're getting tougher, man. It sucks Macri's out. I think they're gonna. I would assume they'd put somebody in the car. Be cool to be a local guy, like you said, a heart lobber, somebody that deserves a chance. But yeah, it's gonna be a tough weekend next weekend. It always is. The competition is stout, but the crowd, the atmosphere is one of a kind. We'll have plenty of infield sucks chants going. We're even
sorry, Chianos. Matt signed you up. Get wrecked, kid. We're in. Bam. Let's go.
Yeah, there
Thank
you go,
Matt.
Chris. Celebrity guest pitch.
There you go.
No, thank you again, Mouth, James, Jimmy, whatever you think you are. No, it means a lot. Like, she's lovely, and no, you're a cool dude. Even though we talk a lot of shit, it's fun.
Yeah, thank you so much for jumping on. We can't wait to be there 2 Saturdays from now, and like you said Moose's before Path Valley on Sunday.
Yeah, McSherry's Town Moose.
Moose is LZ or just Moose is what?
Yeah, it's in McSherry's Town near Lincoln. 12 to 3. It's an open bar. There's kids bounce house, barbecue, cash bar downstairs. There's pool tabs, game of chance. I might even bring some auction stuff. I got a old CJB red Fred Raymer hood. I might bring to auction off. Just bring some cool stuff to try to raise some money. Yeah, man, it's gonna be a good time. We kind of put it together. Bernie Beard, owner of Factorless Racing, kind of put it together, and with Sean from the Moose, and asked us to be a part of it. And they're going to donate some funds back to Beerhill Gang. So we just keep giving back to the sport. And with the Rubbers for Racers thing, I just want to say something real quick. I'll let you guys go because I know you guys need to get to your other topics, and we're getting.
I go to sleep, honestly.
Yeah, maybe I end the show. I don't know, but we want to. The narrative was for 410s. Okay, I've gotten a lot of questions. Why don't you do it for other divisions? Certainly, it's not opposed to that. Next year, I'd love to get back to some 358 tires. It was initially for 410 racing, but again, we're open to doing other things. You can get custom decals made. You want to sponsor a tire, Dustin will do a design with your business, or if it's not a business, like Nasty Nate had some weird shit on his decals. You can support us. Just buy merch, go buy driver shirts, listen to the Turn 2 Terribles podcast, donate to the, like you said, Chris, that Suicide Veterans Prevention Awareness Fund.
Virgo for life.
I'll definitely get you hooked up with some money for that. Just support everything. Try to support everything that you can. I know not everything gets support. some things get missed, but the awareness and the spread the word and just try to help the next guy, work with the next person. I think this is the best we could do, and the tracks work together to make 410 racing better in sprint car land. And I think next year we're going to see some more of that for Saturday nights.
Pretty interesting. Look at that little nugget drop.
I can't wait to see you guys in 2 weeks, man.
Yeah, we can't wait to be there.
Yeah. Thank you for having me on and letting me spread the word about the cook-off and bullshit with you guys, and you guys learn some stuff about me and vice versa.
Yeah, we'll be talking a little bit more about it next week. Really appreciate you coming on here. We're gonna let you go. Thank you very much.
Real quick.
Go ahead.
He'll know this. So James, Mike Feltman. He's the one that told me your name is Mouth. So I don't know where that started.
I haven't seen Feltman in a long time.
That's how I knew that little backstory of your Mouth. I referred to you as James. He goes, I don't know who that is. I'm like, you say Mouth. He goes, oh, hell yeah.
He was a long-time Beerhill guy. He was a diehard race. He used to come every Friday.
Sure.
I don't know what he's got going on now.
Oh, he's got a wife and 2 kids now. And actually, when Greg Hodnett won that National Open, him and his buddy the ones handing me Miller Lite since I was like 16. But no, I was telling him a story about you at some point, and he goes, "You mean Mouth?" I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And he goes, "Whatever." I was like, "No, that's Mouth." I'm like, "No, that's James." It's just like, no. So Mike Feltman gave me that little nugget. So thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you guys, man. Y'all have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you at the races. And Jeremy, thank you, man. Thanks for getting this all worked in for me. And Jimmy and Chris, you guys kill it, man. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. We'll see you
guys.
We'll see you soon,
for
man.
a foot race,
Thanks,
though.
Jim.
It sounds like Matt signed you
See you,
up for
buddy.
one. Good luck.
So I'm super jacked up for it. Just hearing him talk about it with all this enthusiasm and all the other people coming together to put this event together, just as one other element of what makes the National Open so special. I really think this is something that helps make the entire weekend special. I'm super excited for it. You guys should be too. Again, we'll be live there probably around 10. We'll be live for a portion of it, but we'll be there for pretty much the whole thing. We won't be live the entire time. Get your ass there if you want to see all the shenanigans. You know what I mean? And go eat some good chili and have a good time. Real quick, we're gonna go over what we got coming up this weekend, and we got Outlaw Tune-Up Night at Williams Grove and the final 358 race of the season at Williams Grove. 410s will run the Outlaw format. 358s will run their format. That'll be on Friday. Then on Saturday, like we said, Lincoln also has 410s, 358s. They'll have that. We talked earlier about the $5 per ticket that'll go to the fallen police officers. And then High Limit, their last trip here on the East Coast before they wrap up their season. They'll be at Bridgeport on Saturday and then making their debut at Path Valley Speedway on Sunday. That's going to be an awesome one. Can't wait to see. We had the Speed Week race there. First time 410s have been there in a while. It was an awesome feature. And now you add some of the best drivers in the country there. Going to be awesome. And also Bridgeport's going to be Bridgeport's one of the most underrated tracks, I think, in our radius here. I love going there. I wish I could go. I'm off this weekend from racing, getting geared up for next weekend, but I will definitely be paying attention to these, watching them on Flow Racing. And then real quick, World of Outlaws are starting to make their way back because they will be coming for the National Open next weekend, but they'll be at Millstream Speedway on Friday and then Sharon Speedway on Saturday before they come here to Williams Grove. So that's what the weekend is looking like. Weekend is looking pretty nice. If I can get this the right way here.
I want to talk shit. Trevor, are you fucking shitting me? You cannot outrace me while Jimmy
He
figures out the
can.
weather
He can
report.
absolutely do that.
Okay,
Oh,
all right. We're done with the fucking foot races for the night.
Yeah.
it's in the goddamn chats.
It has been for like an hour.
But
He will
I'm
not
super
touch me.
excited to see High Limit here at Path Valley on Sunday. I know a lot of people have been looking forward to that all season long. Looks like great weather. Excited to see it. Get to the track if you can. I guess right now we'll just. Any other thoughts for this upcoming weekend?
No, 3-race weekend if you wanna get to the races. So
Yep.
Can't
find a
wait.
track, find them all, get to one.
And let's do Drink It and Dump It before we go. Again, thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks for Jim for coming on, talk about the National Open Chili Cook-Off. We'll talk about that. We'll have a whole National Open kind of preview show next weekend as we wrap up what we just talked about. It's coming up this weekend. Very excited for it. Let's start with Drink It and Dump It. Chris, you want to go first?
Why not? So I want to drink it to Dason Pursley,
Whoa.
but in a way of how he in this sense, he feels the pressure of the crown and what Jack Hewitt did and what Larson did. Yes, he didn't win the high limit race, right? Props to him for staying confident, staying whatever. Love that. Dumping the slur word Patriots for throwing the ball on the ground, all the slur word into the Steelers' hands. Are you shitting me? Like, how do you go in the red zone 3 times and give the ball to those idiots who cannot score?
It's what poverty franchise.
No, fuck, don't even. Are you
Yep,
shitting
yep,
me?
yep.
Don't even start with me.
Dave Scott Smeltzer asked, "Who's your pick to win on at Path on Sunday?" I'm gonna cheat. I'm just gonna go Rico. I think it's gonna line up for him. Oh, good. That's a good pick.
Jeremy gave me the
You
face.
made a gesture. You made it. No, you made a gesture. Go ahead.
Why are you so mad?
I'm letting you talk. You, Jesus Christ! The one time I'm like, okay, yeah, no problem.
No, but
Go ahead.
you've
You
just
sit
been
there.
mad all night. You just seem tense. Like
I just haven't had to say anything. It's kind of nice.
It's not like you. Chase Dietz. Boom.
There you go.
Brent Marks.
Brent Marks. Hey,
he's a cool
There
guy.
you go. That's a good one.
Whoa.
Matt Trace
There's
is
so
dumping
many
his to Chris Lynn for
paragraphs.
talking too much.
Hey, whoa, Matt.
Jim.
Wait,
Jimmy,
I got
when
something
do
for
your-
Matt Trace.
I'll do mine. I'm
All
gonna
right.
go drink it.
Jimmy, please hold.
No. My drink it is to my drink it is to Carmen Perigo. What a ballsy move. Ballsy moves of the race and just absolutely tearing it down, got me jacked up. I also want to drink at the Bass Motor Speedway, running a fantastic event on Saturday. Nice, efficient show. Everything great all around, top to bottom. I love that facility. You guys know where to go, but my dump it will go to Chris for talking too much. Go ahead.
I gotta dump it. I'm sorry. I have a dump it.
Go ahead. Hurry up.
You know why dump it is? No one talked about the drum set. Get fucked.
If you had a microphone worth of shit, we might have heard it.
Hey,
but anyway,
hey! No one cares about your hat, fucking scoundrel. I'm sorry.
Jeremy,
Continue
go
on.
ahead, please.
I'm stealing the drink it to Carmen Perigo. Same thing. I'm not gonna. We don't do that often. We don't match up and say the same one often. But that was so badass. His interview, first career podium. He did it at Eldora. He did it during Four Crown. I know what it means to them. Just saw everything we talked about earlier. So Carmen Perigo, my dumping is Macri. Hopefully he's on the mend and we see him back sooner than later, like we said earlier. And man, looking forward to this weekend. I got to be honest. I'm not going to Bridgeport, but I'm as excited to watch Bridgeport as I am Path Valley.
Yeah.
Bridgeport is so badass with
It
the
is.
and these cars getting after it and maneuvering around and slider lines and diamond lines. I'm just as excited to watch Bridgeport as I am to get to Path Valley on Sunday. So either way, get to the racetrack, go watch some racing.
I'm going to take back the dump it for Chris. I'm glad to have Chris back. I'm going to drink it to Chris also for being back 2 weeks in a row, man. How about it?
Are you shitting me?
And then, but I will also agree. I'm going to echo Macri's wreck. That was pretty tough, and it's tough to have probably our heaviest hitter here in PA be out for the National Open.
That's
Probably,
fine.
so.
Darren Pittman's winning it anyway.
Yeah. Santos says, drink it to Dylan Norris for going P12 to P1. Dump it to Macri's wreck. Honorable mention, as always, you guys for another awesome show. Thank you so much,
Santos, do not suck our dick with that initial statement. Anyway.
What? Mandy, drink it to Dason Pursley, Carbon Pair, go at Torgerson Hard Charger Saturday, LD and DP at Williams Grove. Dylan Norris doing Dylan Norris things as usual. Spencer Baston, the coworker who let me switch shifts so I could go to Path Valley for the high limit race. That should be, well, actually, that should be number 2 behind Go Birds.
No,
should be
fuck
number
Go
1.
Birds. Mandy.
That's awesome.
Top of the.
Let me finish it. There's a lot more. There's a whole essay.
Yeah, I know how
Dump
she
it to wrecked race cars and injured drivers. Cale Drake, Macri, PPM, Crabtree, Torgerson's Wild Ride and the Dash Friday, Hudson O'Neill, all the USAC wrecks at Eldora and the late model wrecks at Knoxville. Also, pour one out for the 3 police officers shot and killed in the ambush near Spring Grove. 2 injured officers still in the hospital. Well said, Mandy.
All due respect, yes.
Yes. Tyler Koenig, drink it, not sprint car related, but former 600 micro driver Eddie Strada. That was pretty cool. I saw this. Takes down to $32,000 out of Grandview on Saturday. Dumping it. Unfortunately, we lost Flyers legend goalie Bernie Perrant yesterday. Sorry, not racing related. That's fine.
With all due respect. No, that's cool.
I think I said his last name right, Perrant. I don't think it's not Parent. It's Perrant. I would imagine it's like French.
You assumed he's French.
Yeah, like Canadian.
Oh, hey, real quick, round robin driver pick for Bridgeport. And can I go first?
Yes.
Yes.
Dason Pursley.
Damn it, you son of a bitch! I was just gonna say that.
Brent Marks.
That car gets around there good.
It does,
and that's a track that fits that style.
I'm taking Brent Marks.
Man, I don't know.
Jimmy's fucked because we took his 2 good options.
Yeah. I'll tell you one that should be on your radar is Justin Peck. He's good there.
I was gonna say that. I'm gonna go with a different Justin. Justin Whittle. Let's fucking go. He gets a home state win.
Hey.
Let's go.
Back to fucking back.
Let's go. James says, drink it to Dason 3 wins and Eagles winning and Dallas losing. Hell yeah.
Oh,
Dump
fuck
it.
the Eagles.
I forgot to bring this up before. Clinton County for the 305 driver that got burnt over the weekend and Macri breaking his back. That was another pretty awful scene with the 305 driver at Clinton County. Hope he gets better. Drink it to beautiful racing weather, says Matt Trace. Thank you. Tyler, I'm surprised Jimmy didn't say drink it to the Eagles on Sunday. We escaped with one. That's what championship teams do, but they got to fucking get better, man.
Right off.
And one more. Tyler Murray, drink it to the great races this past weekend. Up to the 305 driver that was so severely burned this weekend. I don't know what track it was. It was Clinton County. But safety for the drivers needs to be taken more seriously. Oh, there's a lot more, actually. Holy shit. Bernie is French Canadian, so it's Perrant, right? Like, I said it right? Thank you.
Thank you.
Double D at Bridgeport. That's a good one. Of course, Dave Scott Smeltzer with the Chase Dietz. He's going to pick him every night for sure. And Chase Dietz is going to be a factor. I mean, he was very impressive at Eldora. I got to give him that. So shout out to them. And drink it to 1 week closer to Chili Cookoff and dump it to still Chris.
This fucking guy, Matt, you, me, Nasty Nate, Mouth, Jimmy, James, whatever he wants to call himself, foot race.
They said yes. They said yes already. Do you remember?
All
We're
4 of us.
something up. We're gonna start doing a lot of our national.
All money gained in goes to charity.
Yes, I like that idea. We have a couple things kind of halfway planned that we just kind of got to hash out this week, and you'll be seeing and hearing more from us about stuff for National Open in the next week or two.
Can I just say I'm not dealing with stupid.
Can you keep talking?
Hopefully, hopefully we'll get some driver announcements out there who might have on the more of the pre-race show. Typically the chili cook-off is sort of random. Whoever walks by, come in, sit down.
I think that's gonna be more just covering the chili
Open.
cook-off rather than
Yeah.
trying to get
Apparently, I'm
drivers.
not good enough for our two host viewers.
What?
What?
Oh, we didn't let you talk? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I know that's weird for you. I'm saying is I'm not good enough for you guys, so you have to have new guests. I'm gonna win all the
What are you
footage.
talking about?
What are you talking about?
Oh, I was talking shit. Continue
I
on.
was gonna
Like
say-
the pre-race show for the outlaw race that's about to happen. We have driver guests, like race car drivers.
Yeah,
Last I heard about the Outlaws, Jimmy asked where they were, so just trying to make sure we're on the same page.
That's right.
Continue on. Stop being cocky.
You were gonna say something before.
Well, you already said the race for me and the Beerhill.
We'll try to set something up. That's kind of on the back burner. That's something new that you just kind of brought up this time. So we'll talk more about that. We'll figure that one out. Fan Walks is asked Daniel Lee. I think that we kind of talked about maybe trying to figure out some way to maybe like go from booth to booth and kind of display all the chili cook-off contestants while also talking about while also having our setup. So yeah. Okay, comment and talk shit on Chris WWE style. Absolutely. All right. We're gonna get out of here. Thank you guys all so much for tuning in. Again, next week we'll recap this upcoming weekend.